The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly vision.
Footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly vision headlights, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Toughen up, Dolly vision's dreaming real. True crime scene flash feels so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby? Missing shadows crawl. People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly vision headlights, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
What is up, my beautiful people? It is good to see so many of you jumping in the chat room real fast. I got one question though. Where's the baby? Where is this child at? Where is he at? But first, you guys already know the routine. Leave your DNA where, PJ?
On the like button.
On the damn like button, people. Elbow smash it, drop kick it. I don't care. Stab it in the eyeball. But make sure you leave some DNA on that like button just in case you go missing in big bad Hendersonville. Okay? And Dolly got to come look for you. So look, guys, if you're brand new out there and you ain't subbed up the channel yet, we ain't too far from hitting 61,000. That's a lot. I can't even count past 6, but that is almost 61,000, and we can't do it without the help of each and every one of you. Okay, so tonight, I hope you got your popcorns ready. We're going to watch some of the footage from Tennessee, right, that we shot when we was down in Hendersonville. A little bit of drone footage, some footage of the encampment that I found out there in the woods that we've been talking about for the past few days. So y'all going to actually get to see some of the footage from that tonight. So get your popcorns, get your drinks ready, okay? And then once we go through that, of course, we will just start discussing the case, taking your phone calls tonight. But right now, we're going to watch a video, a little premiere. Now, listen, I didn't get a lot of time to edit this video, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Usually, I do a lot better job editing my videos, but I kind of had to put this together kind of quickly for you guys, okay? So the music may be a little bit loud, and when I put this video out tomorrow, it'll be all fixed, okay? But tonight, it's just like a little sneak peek of the video that is coming tomorrow. It's not completely finished, but we're going to watch it anyway here with you guys. And then, of course, we will take calls. PJ's been wanting to discuss this case all day. She's been sleuthing into it. Have you been sleuthing, PJ? She's guilty. She is guilty. I seen her doing it. I walked in another room. I said, "What are you doing?" And she was like this in her phone, sleuthing away, just a sleuthing away. And before we get going on this, I want to tell each and every one of you, just in case I don't see you tomorrow because we do have dinner plans, happy Thanksgiving. Now, if you're alone, make the best of it. We're hoping everybody has a blessed Thanksgiving. And if you're in this area and want to eat dinner with us, let me know. Okay. And we'll see if we can make some extra reservations if you're alone. But if you're not, go try to find somebody that you can hang out with. Thanksgiving's a time to come together. And look, guys, if you're having a big Thanksgiving dinner, invite somebody over that may be alone. You can make a difference in somebody's life by just one simple phone call. Hey, why don't you come over and have dinners with us? You know, there's a lot of extras. You know, invite somebody in that you may think is alone because they could be on that ledge and you don't want them to jump, right? You don't want them to jump. So do what you can to be nice to everybody tomorrow. You know, it's a day about, you know, sharing and giving and caring about your loved ones. Are y'all ready to jump into this video? Now, listen, it does play the intro, so you're going to have to hear the intro twice tonight, but it is what it is. All right, let's share the screen. All right, should we let this play or should we do commentary over it? Just let it play. Okay, we'll let it play. That's what we'll do. We'll just let it play. Y'all ready to rock and roll? Let's do it. Headphones on. And music may be a little loud. I don't know.
Turn your earbuds down.
The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly fishing.
This is my jam. That's PJ singing.
I'm not a man.
Where's the baby?
People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the school best around town known.
Dolly Vision headlights.
Keep the peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on their light. Jumping up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. Two crime scene blast feel so
Definitely hit that like.
like shares of sky. Jack's on fire,
Burning the world alive. Where's the baby?
people whisper footsteps down the hall.
PJ got that crazy vocal range.
I got a what? What'd you say?
Dolly Vision headlights. That's what I said.
Lost soul shouting echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on their light.
Karen's Corner says she loves the Dolly Vision song. Awesome. Dolly getting out of jail. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's do it. Sebastian Rogers neighborhood. Little aerial view. That's their house below us. Hey, this music is lit, bro. That's what they should be doing right there. That is the construction site.
I like that.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Got them skills to pay the bills. And I was a little rushed. This is the area he went missing from. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the headphones on.
You could have taken out my breathing. Lord, I breathe loud.
Tracking. Get the glow sticks out.
I thought I heard something.
Going into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
What is up, YouTube? Dolly. Okay.
I know that
So
guy.
we've been searching out here in Hendersonville, Tennessee for the young man, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. So we've been going through the woods. We actually went to different places looking on the way home from where he was last seen. His last known whereabouts was the Texas Roadhouse. He went there with his mother, Katie, to have dinner. And a lot of people think from that point that he never made it back home. So we've been taking the route from Texas Roadhouse and pulling over anywhere
Hit the
that a
thumb.
car can easily stop, and there's wooded areas. And we had just been searching the woods around Hendersonville just in general. And I came across this little trail that was, you could see, that was cut into the woods. And I kind of came back here, and back here I found what appears to be some type of encampment. It clearly looks like somebody has been staying here. And I don't know if this is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, if he's been hiding out here, or some other kid has been hiding out and staying out here. But there's definitely signs that there's a young person out here. There's clothing that's been hanging in the trees. I found some clothes over by a tree back here in the back. There's a blanket and a pillow right here. And there's takeout food. I see some gummy bears, some Skittles, soda bottles, water bottles, Monster energy drink, and what appears to be some type of car down here. I don't know if you guys can see this. And it looks like remnants of some type of tent. So at some point, somebody was back here staying, and there's a mattress over this way, a little small mattress. Now, when I came back here, I didn't see anybody back here. I didn't hear anything. I just seen a little trail that looked like I seen some tree limbs broken, and it looked like somebody had been walking through it. And I was like, well, let me walk back here and see what's back here. And then once I got back here, I noticed that, hey, somebody's been staying here. We found a shirt hanging in the tree over there, which was a shirt with pumpkins on it, little small pumpkins on it. It looks like it may have been here since maybe Halloween time. So to me, this stuff looks pretty fresh. So, like some of the soda bottles, there's some stuff out here that's pretty faded. Like you could tell it's been here for a while. But then there's some stuff that looks kind of fresh, like this water bottle over here. I don't really want to touch a bunch of stuff because I am going to go back to the vehicle in just a little bit and call TBI. I just want to look through things to make sure this is something that needs to be reported. And look, guys, if you're out there and you're in the Hendersonville area, definitely check your properties, check the woods, because there's definitely, this is not the first encampment or place that I've stopped at that looked like people were staying in the woods. Now, it don't look like a ton of people have been out here because there's just one blanket. And what if this is a tent, which I believe it is because I can see the mesh on it, it's a very small tent, okay? A very small tent. And I don't know if y'all can see this over here. So there's actually some shorts hanging in the tree, okay? So definitely, that didn't get there naturally, okay? Somebody set that there. Somebody placed that there. And not only that, but there's some type of blue ribbon tied to it, okay? I don't know what that is consisting of, but it is definitely there. I will give you guys a better look at some of the things that are out here. There's actually like a little table area right here sitting down on the ground, tipped over. There's a bowl over there. It definitely looks like I said, usually when I find these little encampments, it's usually people go out into the woods to do drugs, but it appears here that this ain't the case because there's no beer bottles, there's no beer cans, there's nothing that looks like anybody's been out here doing any type of drugs. So was Sebastian Wainwright Rogers here? Is he staying in the woods? Is he possibly, you know, traveling at night, moving around at night? Is there somebody taking care of him? Because my question is this: if he left there barefoot with no jacket and no money, how could he buy Monster energy drinks, candy, take out food over here, sodas? And I've heard he don't like soda. Okay, that's what I've heard. I'm not positive, but I heard he don't like sodas. But there's definitely soda bottles out here, Monster energy drink cans, Skittles, candy bars. I don't know what that is, what kind of wrapper that is, and I don't really want to touch much, you know. But if I'm going to take y'all over here. There's some clothes literally underneath this tree right here. Okay, it looks like some pants. I done found some shorts. I done found a shirt, and everything that I've looked at, and some boots. Everything's of the smaller size. Like I'm a pretty small guy. I'm 5'7". I'm probably about 165 pounds. It looks like it wouldn't fit me. Okay, so it's definitely somebody smaller than 5'7", 165. Okay, and I don't know exactly how tall Sebastian was. I do know that he was 120 pounds. Okay, so not a very big boy, kind of skinny, kind of lanky. And he wore, I'm not quite sure what size shoes he wore, but the boots I found were 11. The shirt I found was probably a smaller shirt. And like I said, I don't want to touch a bunch of this stuff that's out here because, like I said, I'm going to go back to the vehicle in just a few minutes and reach out to TBI to figure out what, you know, if this is something of any importance. But I would say I'm roughly within 10 miles of his house. Okay, and it appears that a young person is staying in these woods. Now, I don't know if that young person, like I said, is Sebastian or it's some other young man, but somebody's coming out here for some reason and hanging out because these cans are not old, and that water bottle still has water in it. And like I said, some of this stuff looks a little faded and old. Like this tent looks like it's been here for a minute. Okay, it's dirty and grimy, but that blanket don't look very dirty. I mean, it has dirt on it and stuff and leaves, but it don't look like, it don't look filthy like it's been out in the woods for months. Okay, so is there somebody helping this boy? Is he traveling at night? Is he staying in somebody's house, and when he can't stay there, he's staying in the woods? Did this little boy run away? That is the question. There's so many people that believe it's foul play that when I get out into the woods, I'm thinking, am I wasting my time? Because, you know, if it is foul play, they done hid this boy somewhere, and most likely they just dump him off in the woods, but you never know. So I've been keeping my eye open for a kid that's alive, and, you know, trigger warning people for a kid that is no longer with us. But we're going to keep searching. We're going to keep looking, and hopefully the answers will come. Now, if you see anything or you see this little boy, the last known location was in his neighborhood, and he was dressed in black. Okay, black sweatpants, black long sleeve shirt. Now the shirt I found was a short sleeve. Okay, I found a short sleeve shirt and what appears to be some shorts and a pair of jeans and maybe some type of black shirt over here, but I'm not going to mess with it. It looks like it was placed there like to out of sight, and that made it kind of, you know, I almost didn't even see it. But there's a tire over here. You know, there's different things in this area of woods. So I'll give you guys a little look. We're going to go back out. We're going to call the TBI, let them know the location of this spot, and we're going to continue to search for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. As you can see, the little table that I was talking about, this right here appears to be, and it's covered with leaves, and there's some underwear right there, but it appears to be some type of tent, you can see. And this looks like where somebody was sleeping. I thought it was a sleeping bag at first, but it's actually a blanket with some wrappers. There's a Monster Energy drink can. This is what is why it makes me think that it was a kid. You can see right there, there's some type of canned good. I don't know what that is. This type of canned good over here. We have some soda bottles. Another, some type of Monster. Gatorade, Coca-Cola. But you notice you don't see any like beer bottles or anything. It definitely looks like whoever was out here was young, or possibly young. Maybe it could be some teenagers just hanging out here in the woods. I'm not quite sure. But over here, I know, ow, damn, stickers. There's nothing but stickers out here. As you can see, there's a shirt, and that is a pair of jeans. I don't know if they're cut off or what, but I'm not going to mess with them. I'm going to report this, like I said, ow, stickers, and let TBI come in and check it out. But it definitely looks like somebody's been sleeping out here, staying out here. Like I said, some of these candy wrappers don't even look old. So, was Sebastian out here? I mean, I feel sorry for whoever was staying out here. There's a lot of stickers. I definitely don't want to touch any of that. All right, guys, we're going to go take a walk back to the car, give TBI a call, let them know this location. Yes, we took pictures and a little bit of video like you seen. Let's get those likes up on the video, guys. Hit that thumbs up for me. All right, let me unmute us. So we had to mute because of the echo. So I didn't realize when we were talking it was causing such a big echo. But there's some of the footage. Now, I couldn't show all the drone footage because it would take so long to edit it down to, watchable content. So I didn't really have much time to edit that video. I just wanted to give y'all a good look at the location that we found over the last couple of days. You've seen the boot. You seen the shirt. You seen where somebody was sleeping. So we don't know. We can't say positive that Sebastian Rogers is there, but we did report it. We wanted to bring you the footage of it, and a little bit of the area, his neighborhood, stuff like that. Now there is some stuff that I couldn't post because Tennessee has funny laws.
Yeah.
Okay. Tennessee has some funny laws especially about the droning, okay, over people's locations. So we didn't drone over any locations. Everything was taken from the street. All right. Just aerials from the street, because apparently if you drone over people's stuff and at a low level, it could be considered trespassing. Right. But if you're high above window level, apparently it's not. All right. You got to be up high enough that you can't look into the windows and it's legal. But, each state has different laws on the whole droning process. But the drone is great for searching. I do use it to shoot a couple shots here and there, like regular shots, but I use it a lot just flying and looking. So, if there's an area of interest, like a patch of woods, there's an opening or a trail, and I see it from the drone, then I usually walk out and go search it. And you see, like, a lot of that is a little bit edited. So some of it's cut up from a couple different days in Tennessee. But, I walk a good ways. A lot of this is like, listen, searching is one of those things you got to get on your walking shoes and be ready to trek through these woods. And the worst part about it, when me and PJ got back, we were picking sticker briars out my jeans, out of sweatpants. I mean, it was just so many stickers in those woods that we didn't see any snakes, though. I guess it's too cold right now for snakes. We didn't run across any snakes. Good thing, because I didn't have my snake boots with me. So I was just wearing regular tennis shoes. One, like, the only bad thing about them, the big snake boots, is if you're not going far, it's fine. If you got to walk a long ways in them boots, they will literally wear you out because they're so heavy, just heavy. So, really, we down there, we seen things that were suspicious and, could be looked into a little bit more. There were still, we were only able to search for 2 days, because you got to get a hotel financially. It's, it is what it is. And plus we don't live in Tennessee, so we have to travel there to be able to search in Tennessee. Wishing we could have more time to do things in, because we were only able to hit a limited amount of areas in those 2 days. If we would have had more time, we could have hit more stuff, but you can only do so much as, in 2 days. That's really all but we had 2 solid days of searching down there. And, what we done is we smashed that into a little 20-minute video. Okay. But we trekked through so many woods, so many ditches, so many creeks. And, we didn't find little Sebastian Rogers. Wish we would have had, been able to come up with more. But we ain't going to stop searching. When we can get a chance, we're going to go back down and see what we can do to keep trying to search for Sebastian Rogers. It's really about just keeping this boy's name alive, keeping it fresh on the internet, keeping people talking about him. And the more people talking, the more chances of something, a clue coming out. What do you think, PJ?
You're doing great at the talking part.
Okay, well, I wanted to add you in there somewhere.
I just was saying, I agree. We need
Okay.
to keep the story alive by talking about it.
Now, what were some of the things you want to discuss tonight about, Chris? I heard you have some things to say about Chris and how he likes to overspeak people, or he.
It's very apparent that he doesn't speak to women the same way he speaks to men.
I've been known that. Like I always felt like he ducked men, and he would talk to women that would let him, that kissed his ass, basically.
Yeah.
The only person I think he talked to that really didn't kiss his ass was Terry Lynn. Terry Lynn was kind of straightforward with him.
Yeah.
Didn't beat around the bush. But as far as every other woman they talked to, it was like they were just glad to have him on the channel.
Well, he was, yes, ma'am, to
Nancy. Yeah, but Nancy is a boss. You can't be mean to Nancy, but she'll go for the juggler.
Scary, especially if you're guilty of something.
And listen, I think Nancy took it way easy on Chris and Katie. Right? I mean, too easy. Even when I seen Nancy, I told her she took it easy on him. I was like, you took it easy on him.
I think there was not speculations. I think there were certain things they were agreed upon to talk, and it was like she was just asking simple yes or no questions. I don't know, because Nancy was like, when she said something and he went to answer it, she said no, I want her to answer it, and she was making it a point to, so he couldn't answer Katie's questions. Yeah, that's true. So I mean, Nancy, she was like, yo, you speak when you spoken to, bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how Nancy is. The part of that interview that I actually was trying to tell you about that really stands out now that we discussed it yesterday and that I listened to it again today is the part about those lights. Yeah, I told you they were disagreeing on those lights. They definitely were disagreeing. And as he's explaining that there's 2 lights by the garage that are always on. Hold on real quick. Turtle Gang, thank you so much. Thank you, Turtle Gang, for gifting those 5 memberships. If you got a membership from Turtle Gang, make sure you thank her, give her a big virtual hug, and tell her happy Thanksgiving. And welcome to the Dolly and PJ train, the Blessed Express tonight, Turtle Gang. That's a good way to keep us alive right there. All right, go ahead, PJ. I know. The lights. The lights on the garage. That quickly. They argued about the lights on the garage. I know, but it was the way that they were saying it. And Nancy asked the question if they had lights. She said that there was only tea lights that stayed on, which those are like very dim lights that are like in the garden usually. And then he corrected and said, no, we have 2 lights above the garage that stay on all the time. And Katie kind of cuts them off and it's like, oh yeah, those were on.
Yeah, but these are the little lights we're seeing right here. And they're little tiny bulbs with like a candle, and they're
They're
barely
like
lit
tea
up.
lights too.
Yeah, they're dim. They're super dim. They're not very lit up, very bright. And like I was saying the other night, I mean, I think I was the first one to notice this, that the light that points down at the garage was missing. But the
Is it
light
normal to
pointing at the
have
street.
15 different sets of lights on the building? Like, I don't.
Yeah, because you got your front door light, right?
Right.
You got your back door light, which they do.
Right.
And then there's usually a couple lights over everybody's garage. Right. So if you have a 2-car garage, there's
I've
usually
never
one
seen
in the
that
middle.
before, usually, but yeah, okay.
But
So what are these 2 lights that you're referring to that are teeny tiny?
they're the ones that are directly over the centers of the door where my finger is pointing right here. They sit right, because I used
And
to
they're on all of the time.
Yeah, any real nice house has them, because I wired houses for a living, and I put up many of these lights. I mean, many of them, thousands of them. I can't even count how many times I installed these lights. So usually they're dead center over the garage door, because usually I put in the bracket that holds them, wire them up, put in the lights. So yeah, they're usually dead center. If you can see, there's a little arrow that points down. That's the center of his door, and that light is directly above that. And there's one above the other one too. So there's 2 of them on, and he's saying they're on at all times. But usually when those lights are on, in a lot of houses, they're connected to your back door light. Okay, so there would have been a back door light on if those lights were on too. Sometimes they're all connected to the front door light, to the garage lights. When you hit it, it'll cut all of them on. It all depends on how the house is wired. Some people have them wired where you can cut them on and off individually, but depending on how custom your house is and how custom the wiring plan for your house is, depends on how they cut on. Like a lot of times, if you go out the side door of a house and you hit the light, it'll cut the side porch light on, and it'll cut the 2 lights on above the garage. And then of course, the floodlights, they're hooked to a switch that they cut on, because when I was out there, they didn't have motion detectors on their floodlights.
They said they didn't have motion detectors.
They don't. Their floodlights are straight wired, so they have a switch that cuts them on. So when they're on, they're on all the time.
What's the purpose on having floodlights? I thought those were like.
So you can see at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like after Sebastian went missing, and I was out there, they had all the floodlights on. Like I said, the house was lit up like Waco, like a compound. But they didn't have that light in on the garage. And then of course they wasn't parking in the garage. They were parking on the driveway, because their driveway is huge. They can fit everything. They got the camper. You can see right behind me that they got the van, the camper, and there's still plenty of room in that driveway. You could park 15 cars in that driveway. It's a long driveway. So there was really no need to go into the garage, or use the garage.
Another part of the interview that caught my attention was, well, first it was like there was no room for them to actually speak, which is why I don't know that the Nancy interview was the best interview with them, because it was just very nowhere to go type of questioning. And she said, what type of car do you have? He didn't remember what year his car was. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
And then Katie was answering what type of car she had.
Do you think they just didn't want people to know because the whole world is watching? They don't really want to give away.
I mean, it's possible
what they're driving around in. I mean, that's a weird question, to ask the make and model of the car too.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's just, she's just questioning just because she's a prosecutor and she just questions you. And I mean, it's building rapport and getting information and to see what you're going to say. Then
I didn't mean that was talking.
It's okay.
It seemed like she knew the car was in the garage before she even asked the question.
It seemed like she knew a lot of what she was asking before she asked it.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of times people ask questions just to see if you're lying. Like when you ask a question you already know the answer to. A lot of times people are asking that question to see if you'll lie. Like, I'm sure Nancy's producers and her team that works around her did a little background into all what was going on before she even had them on the show. When your kid is missing, you answer all questions, says
Yes.
Christy Ford. Welcome, Christy
Thank you,
Ford. Get on the
Christy.
train. It's good to see you guys today. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, Christy.
So when she got done asking Katie where her car was, whether it was in the garage or not, and then she's kind of like, it's like she's pulling teeth to get answers on these questions, but she's like, so is there any other vehicles? Did you have any cars there? And Chris chimes in just like he did when he threw in the whole 3-hour conversation. Let's make it crystal clear. He inserts himself. He's not even the one that's speaking at the time. And he says, oh yeah, that we do have a work van. And she's like, Nancy's like, what? Because he instantly says we have a work van, but we're not discussing that or something, or we're not able to discuss that. And
February.
And so Katie has to step in and explain that she has a work van that's in the garage or in the driveway also, that they're not discussing due to that being her employment vehicle.
Yeah.
And Nancy's like, what? Why would that? It's in the public. It's in the driveway. We can all see it. Why wouldn't you discuss it? And Chris again chimes in to explain that, oh, we haven't gotten permission from the work to be able to discuss it. Anytime to me that Mr. P is what I'm going to call him, gets up and like his blood pressure rises a little.
Thank you, Nina.
I think those are important moments. That's
He
all.
likes to, he huffs
done.
and puffs a little bit too.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, we're going to go ahead and jump into a little bit of this Nancy before we take calls, because I think, you know, this is an important interview in this. And this is probably one of the later interviews that they gave. So let's jump into this a little bit.
26, Monday morning, 6 a.m. From everything we can tell, that is the moment that Sebastian's mom and stepdad realize he's gone. For just one moment, imagine that. You go in your child's room where you find your child every single school day morning and you wake them up, but at 6 a.m., he's not there. Can you imagine what must have gone through their minds? First of all, I want you to hear what his bio mom, Katie Proudfoot, says. Listen.
When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes.
I almost feel like we should slow motion.
Okay.
That. When I woke him up from school, he wasn't there.
I woke him up for school and he wasn't there.
She said, when I woke him up for school, he wasn't there.
How can you wake somebody up that ain't
You
there?
can't.
Okay.
And that's not just a grammatical error in how she spoke. That's like a leakage.
Some Cloud, thank you so much for your donation. Welcome to the Dolly and PJ train to Bliss
How do you
Express.
mess that up? How do you say
That
that?
ain't the first time she messed it up. The other interview, she said that day he was laughing and joking. She don't know why he left. How could he have left if he went missing the night before?
When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. If she had said when I went to go wake him up, he wasn't there. That's different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
About 3 minutes in, give or take.
Let's back it up.
Seemingly walks
In 3
out of his
minutes.
own
Oh my God.
home in the
Helena,
middle of the
thank
night.
you.
Helena,
We
thank
think-
you.
Helena.
Barefoot.
I said Helena.
How did that happen? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories and on Sirius XM 111. We've read a lot online. We've seen a lot of theories, a lot of speculation. But let's start with what we know to be true. Joining me right now, an all-star panel. But first, I'm going to go to two special guests joining us, Katie and Chris Proudfoot. This is Sebastian's biological mother and his stepfather, who were in their home with Sebastian when he goes missing. To both of the Proudfoots, thank you for being with us. I want to go straight back to when Sebastian goes missing. Miss Proudfoot, I understand that the day before, which would have been Sunday, if I've got the information correct, that you guys went out, You went to dinner. You went to somewhere, I believe you said BJ's, where he had a quote colossal popcorn. Then you
Yes,
came
ma'am.
home that night, and around 9 p.m., you tell Sebastian to go to bed. He says, okay, he goes to his room. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That night,
Thank you,
I
Nina.
understand from previous statements you've made that you went to bed around midnight. Is that correct?
It is.
She's like, yes, she seems like she's forcing that out of herself. And guys, if you're just tuning in, there's 1,800 of you here. Do us a solid real fast. Hit that like button. Don't cheat. We're watching you. PJ is. I got
I'm
PJ, and
watching.
she's like
Yes.
a Croatian assassin. Hit that like button. And once you do, I want you to shout out where you're watching from in the chat room. Okay. So hit the like button and then let us know where you're watching from. All right. We want to see if we can get this up to 1,500 likes. I know you can do it. Don't let Dolly down. It's Thanksgiving, baby.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight or before or after?
No, ma'am. We went to bed around the same time because we were on the phone together.
And
He was not home.
please excuse any of my questions. I'm simply trying to find out more about that night. Do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
He wasn't actually in the home at all that weekend. Christopher
You were
wasn't.
not home.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
So where were you, Mr. Proudfoot?
I was in Memphis, Tennessee.
How far away is that?
3 hours and 37 minutes
muted.
from doorstep to doorstep.
What?
It was muted.
And what were you doing
I
in
know,
Memphis?
but I was asking you.
Working.
Yeah, she said that weekend.
Where do you work?
But he had been gone for a month.
I'm currently working, or was working, at the St. Jude Children's Hospital construction project.
Yes, I'm very familiar with St. Jude's. You said you were working there. Are you no longer working there?
Right now, that's up in the air.
Hold on. I want to call his bullshit right there. Okay. She asked him, Nancy asked him, are you no longer working there? And he says, that's up in the air.
He's
But
lying.
she left a month in to go
No,
there
work.
because he was working.
Yeah.
Right. She said, I went to go with my husband for work. But he just said he don't even know if he has a job.
I think he's trying to either make us feel sorry for him like he lost his job, or he's trying to not let people know that he still has a job that they can go and check it out.
Yeah, I think he's just completely bullshitting because she contradicts him when they go, well, why'd you leave? And she said, I went to go be with my husband while he worked. Some Cloud, thank you guys. Thank you for the support and the love and all the likes. That is awesome of you. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're just tuning in, we're going to be taking calls in just a few minutes. We want to get through this little part of this Nancy interview.
Well, you've been gone ever since Sebastian went missing. So I understand.
Before that,
When
What?
you are home, do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
she said, you've been gone ever since Sebastian went
been
missing. But he was gone a month before that.
Right. But he's been gone ever since he's been missing. Like, from where? I thought he was
No, he
back.
came back and then he left again. Thank you, Nina.
That's just weird how she said that.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a 3-bedroom home?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is your room as it relates to
They
Sebastian's
were 11,
room?
Joe.
It's on the opposite end of the house. The master bedroom's on one side, and the other 2 bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
Okay, so your master bedroom is on one side of the house and Sebastian's room is on the other side of the house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you have a 3rd bedroom that I believe you keep for your other daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, some people believe that Sebastian was sleeping in the garage. But let me say my warnings real quick.
Yeah.
Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation mixed with a little bit of comedy. So don't take nothing here as fact. It's just opinion of me and PJ. Also, the callers, their opinions of theirs and theirs alone tonight. Also, everyone is proven innocent to proven guilty in a court of law, even these people we're talking about tonight. And the biggest one of them all, don't try to beat Dolly at home. It's dangerous.
Is that Faith? Is your other daughter named Faith?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where is Faith's bedroom as it relates to Sebastian's bedroom?
It's in the back side of the house. Sebastian's bedroom
So
is in the
it's-
front side of the house.
Okay. So his bedroom is away from Faith's bedroom and away from your master bedroom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Sebastian's room on a top floor or a ground level?
We have a ranch style house. It's a 1.5 story. So everything's flat, and then you have the bonus room above the garage.
Okay. So his is on ground floor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That morning, was there any sign of a break-in through a window, a front door, a back door, a sliding glass door, anything at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No sign of forced entry. Was anything taken from the home at all?
Not that we could find anything. We couldn't find anything missing.
Didn't he take a flashlight?
I want to circle back to
I was about to say the same thing. She said they couldn't find anything missing, but yet she knew that this little tiny flashlight was
Right.
missing when that video came out. But before that, she didn't know. She didn't never say that. But once that video came out, she kind of came up with he took a flashlight thing.
I thought the flashlight was there from the beginning, but
I find it bizarre that you can have a big old huge house
and you
and-
know that he took a tiny flashlight.
and you know he
Yeah.
took a tiny flashlight.
But if he's hyper focused on this flashlight, like maybe he's scared of the dark and he carries it around like it's
well,
an
if he was
obsessive
so
thing.
scared of the dark, why would he leave in the dark? We got to remember that too.
Right. I'm just trying to think.
I think the whole car being in the garage thing has something to do with it. I just truly do.
I do too, and that's why I was trying to listen to this. Is when that whole part of the conversation comes up and the work truck gets brought up, and he gets so huffy. I think there's something really there to that.
Yeah, and he was using the work truck to tow that trailer.
I saw a picture of that somewhere today.
Yeah.
That he was using her security truck company thing to tow his trailer.
Yeah.
And
That's a little
so,
weird. That's a little weird.
If
That's
they
a little
can't even
suspect.
talk about the work truck because it's so frowned upon, they didn't get permission, but yet they can utilize it to tow their vacation
People are saying
vehicle.
the flashlight didn't work.
What?
Yeah, the flashlight was only brought up afterwards. That's from my understanding. And that's because they knew they had that video.
Sebastian's shoes regarding if anything was missing. Do you have a burglar alarm?
Why is it
No,
taking
ma'am.
them so long to answer?
Do you have a Ring doorbell
Was that a
cam?
really long pause, or was that me?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have the two of you taken a polygraph?
I have.
I have not.
Maybe it's just delayed.
Uh-huh.
Would you be willing
It
to?
is a little bit.
I've offered and volunteered on many occasions to take a polygraph, and I was
Yeah, he
told
just
directly
offered
by
to
law
take one all
enforcement
day, every
because
day.
of my whereabouts.
Liar.
I did not need one.
He didn't need one, but he does tell Nancy he'll take one. But then he says Sumner County, he needs to take one for Sumner County first.
He said he.
Some Cloud, thank you so much. Awesome, Some Cloud. Thank you for the love tonight. That is awesome of you.
I keep yawning. Sorry.
What was you gonna say?
I get distracted.
Yeah, I don't think he ever took one.
I don't think so either.
I
But he said I've offered to take one several times. Like he was going around freaking, can I take a lie detector test? Like,
Yeah.
I don't really think that happened.
Thank you, Nina. Super sticker. You guys are great. Get on the train. Get you a nice seat. Buckle up. You never know when the train will go off the tracks around here, okay? PJ's driving. All right. She's a psycho. She got a lead foot. She got
I'm
a lead
good
foot.
driver. He's lying.
I understand. Miss Proudfoot, did you pass your polygraph?
I did.
Those questions out of the way. Was Faith in the home when Sebastian went missing?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Does anyone else have a key to your home beside your immediate family?
No.
No, ma'am.
Beside your immediate family, they've got a key.
You know his mom, the Bauer side's got a key to that house. And you know he has a sister that lives in the area.
It's just these questions are so hard to like gain anything from. It's like it's almost as if Nancy knows what she's looking for them to say or what she's looking to gain from them. And as an outsider, it's kind of hard to.
I thought Nancy took it way too easy.
I would ask
on them.
who all had access to the house, not anybody but your family. Like that just leaves a broad.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't.
A family member could hurt a child.
Exactly.
Just because it's a family member, don't mean it ain't a crazy family member.
That night, Miss Proudfoot, at midnight when you went to bed,
Why was the turkey arrested?
what did you
They
do
suspected
until
foul
midnight?
play.
I had been reading a chapter that I needed to, and I had been talking to my husband on the phone. I was falling asleep on him, so that's when he told me it was around midnight. He told me to go ahead and put the dogs up and go to bed, and that's what I did. I got up, put the dogs where they sleep, and then I myself went to bed.
I thought she
Where
only
do they
put the
sleep?
dog away.
Now, somebody said something that made really good sense to me. They have two trailers. Is one of them a tow hitch trailer and one of them is a fifth wheeler, right? Because a fifth wheeler you can't hook to a regular van. You got to have a hitch.
I thought they were super similar, like they were like the same type of trailer. So I don't know.
Well, then you couldn't tow it with that because if it's a fifth wheeler, the hitch sits inside the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
If it's a tow behind, which I know they have two trailers, you could tow it with the van, but you can't tow a fifth wheeler with a van.
I don't know.
They have a big pin.
See, I thought also she
A
said
pen, is
that
it inside or outside?
they only put the dogs away when he's there. That when he's out of town or whatever, that she just lets the dogs stay out. So why was he on the phone?
It's crazy
controlling?
the dogs didn't bark. You hear our dogs bark at everything. They're little dogs.
Yeah.
How did he get out of that house without them dogs barking like crazy? And a lot of people think she may have been intoxicated that night. Even Seth has hinted to she's a little bit of a drinker.
Yeah, that's one of the things that actually is similar to Summer Wells' story is that the dogs that story didn't bark either.
Somebody says a fifth wheeler needs a special bar in the bed of a truck similar to a semi hookup. Yeah, it's like a kingpin. That's what I'm saying. Like the van could only pull a tow behind. It couldn't pull a fifth wheeler.
Inside.
Thank you.
That reminds me of another question. Do you guys have a motion sensor light or lights on the outside of your house?
Yes, we do have lights on the outside of our house.
Did they activate that night?
They don't have motion. See, he skipped that. There's no motion.
They're gonna say it.
Okay.
They're not motion censored.
Okay.
See?
We have lights.
Were they
but not
on that
motion
night?
censored.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Were they on that night? So the lights were out the whole night?
Yes, ma'am. We don't typically turn the floodlights on.
Were there any
You
lights
notice when she said that she looks down and to the left?
Yeah.
outside the house on at all?
Just my little solar lights that we have in the garden.
There's
Yep.
two lights on the side of the house above the garage that are on at all times.
Oh, yeah, those are on.
Oh, there's a light
yeah,
above the
those
garage
are
that's
on.
on at all times?
There's two. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so those lights were on?
Yes, ma'am.
But they're tiny lights. They don't put off hardly any. I mean, they lights, but they ain't like bright lights that you can use to see, see very well.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because I heard you say earlier, Mr. Proudfoot, that your neighbors have been very, very forthcoming with their Ring camera info. And I was
Yes,
trying to determine if any lights were on, what, if anything, they may have caught. But I understand from your previous interviews that nothing of any evidentiary value was caught. And also, in another statement you gave, I understand that the video of the 2 flashlights, and I'm saying that with air quotes, that's not exactly what that was at all.
Look at his
We
face.
now don't believe that 2 flashlights were observed around your home. Is that correct?
You're
Yes.
very correct.
Very correct.
Okay.
Not just correct, but crystal
And
clear.
he had a smirk on his face. Was that
Crystal
just me?
clear, correct.
So
Right.
he wants to make sure this is known. Like anytime that he gets like this, I think is a pertinent piece of the story.
Flippy says they talk like zombies. Yeah.
They do. They're just like nodding and yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
Yes,
Th-
ma'am.
Like no
Uh-huh.
emotion in it. No emotion.
I mean, I think they're nervous. I think Nancy makes anybody nervous a little bit, but yeah, they seem, yes, ma'am.
When I met Nancy, she didn't make me nervous.
That's because you weren't being asked questions by her.
I mean, she's genuine, like a real person. So I mean, I wasn't nervous at all meeting Nancy. I mean, I ain't killed nobody, so what would you have to be nervous about? You know what I'm saying? If they didn't do nothing, why would they be nervous of
stoic.
Nancy?
That's
You'd
a
be
good one.
happy to meet Nancy because she's a big celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
right? So most people, when they meet her, they're happy, like, oh, I can't believe I met you, Nancy. They're all like, oh,
Yeah.
gloomy.
Question regarding your vehicles. Ms. Proudfoot, what make and model do you drive?
I drive a Infinity SUV.
Year?
They might be
2017.
medicated.
And sir, what do you drive?
I drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a 2021, I think.
So your Infinity SUV was parked in the garage or outside the garage that night, Miss Proudfoot?
Right here,
In
what?
the garage.
In the garage.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only one car at the home. Is that right?
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved.
It hasn't moved.
We can't give out that information.
We
without
can't give out
permission
that information.
from her work.
Yeah,
It hasn't moved.
it hasn't moved. You gave out that information, right? They can't give out the information because it's a work.
But it hasn't moved.
I don't understand that. What?
I don't either, Nancy.
About the make and model of the vehicle.
I have a work van that was also parked in the driveway.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that
Right, Nancy?
privileged information?
Good question.
We just don't have permission from her company to divulge that information.
Is it a
Have
secret?
you asked?
Have you asked?
No, ma'am, we have not.
Nope.
Nobody's asked us
So
that
that
question,
was-
to be honest with you.
Okay, so you have a work van. Question to you, Miss Proudfoot, what do you do for a living?
Are you in the
I'm
FBI?
an installation technician.
She's trying to process
Thank you,
what's
Nina.
happening.
That night,
She's probably thinking to herself, why can't they tell me about the vehicle? Because
Right.
as soon as you start shutting down, that's when she's suspicious of them. You
Yeah,
can tell.
because you're. I mean, hello. She's asking. So there was one vehicle in the driveway in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when he's got to step in to say, "No, well, actually, there was another vehicle that we're not allowed to disclose that was
All
stationary."
he had to say is there's a work vehicle in the there's a van in the that she uses for work, and she might have just moved on, but the way he went about saying it with like, oh, but we can't talk about that, it made her want to talk about it.
Well, yeah, because he's giving you details that you didn't even ask for that are not jiving.
Yeah.
was the work van blocking your driveway? Could someone go in and out of your
It
driveway?
didn't move, Nancy.
The
Yeah.
van is parked at the back of my driveway, so someone can pull in, yes.
Got it. Do you park your Infinity SUV in the garage or outside the garage?
In the garage.
In the garage. Do you have an automatic garage door?
Doesn't
with
everybody?
the clicker.
Not everybody don't. Some people have to manually open the door.
Oh,
You know, usually if you got a little extra money, you can get the automatic hit the button garage door.
oh,
But you know, people that don't got the money, they open their damn garage
oh.
door.
Okay, I didn't know.
Right. Do you leave that up or down at night?
Who leaves it up at night?
Down.
A lot of people.
What?
Could anybody?
That neighbor right over there leaves his garage door open all the time.
That's like you can see the inside of your drawers. Like,
He
That's-
leaves it open all the time. The neighbor over there leaves his door open
Chat,
all the time.
press 1 if you close your garage door at night, and press 2 if you leave your garage open for everybody to see.
Like
I want to know.
I've
'cause
seen a
that
lot
sounds crazy. to
alone
me.
in this neighborhood. I know there's at least 2 neighbors that leave their door
They
open.
just
all
go
the
to
time.
sleep and just leave their shit wide open.
Well,
like-
sometimes they leave it open and sometimes they don't. But the majority of the time, that neighbor about
Ones.
5 houses down, his is always up. He has a man cave in there too.
Two,
And
my boyfriend does by accident. That's different. If you do it on accident every now and then, I understand that. But
yeah,
I see.
because when you go through the garage door, then there's another door that's like a regular house door.
Yeah, but
like a
usually
solid
people in
door.
their garage have like stuff. It's like leaving one of the freaking kitchen drawers open, and
I
you
mean,
see all the shit
some
in it.
people that live in nice neighborhoods don't even lock their front doors.
Weird.
You know, look at these people. They live in
Willow said Dolly's neighbor clearly ain't got an automatic opener.
Yeah, maybe not. That's
That
probably why.
maybe that's what it is. Thank you, Nina.
Yeah, I mean, he leaves it open. He's always in his garage too. Like, you don't care fucking what time of day you go past there. He's always
I guess
in
I'm
the
just
garage.
thinking because my dad's garage is so like a hoarder. Like I'm like embarrassed. My kid
Or
will
he's
go through
always
the garage.
he's either always in his garage or he's always standing by the mailbox because his kid is the one that plays in the street.
Yeah. Okay.
You know
that
what I'm
makes
talking about?
sense. Yeah,
Yeah, so his kid is always in the street, so he's always standing at the street,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
and his garage door is always open. And he has a thing above his garage that says something like he's a Giants fan,
Mhm.
and it says
Yeah.
and it has like a big plaque above
Most
the
of the
garage,
chat
and he has like
closes their garage.
a man cave in there, and he leaves it
Okay.
open all the time.
Anybody lift it up? Like, is there an on and off button outside, or do you have to know a code or have the clicker to open it?
You'd have to know the code or have the clicker.
Does Sebastian know the code?
Not to the garage door, but to the man doors.
To the man doors.
Man
Not to the
door.
garage door. But
I've never. Did she say the
Main?
Main. It sounded like she said
Oh,
man.
okay.
I think she said Main, but it sounded like man.
yeah.
to the house
The
doors.
regular door, yes.
So, is there a code to get in your home, or do you use a regular key?
There's a code.
And he knows that code.
Yes, ma'am.
Question: I'm just trying.
And like our door, you know, when you unlock it, it beeps.
Mhm.
I wonder if she didn't hear the beeping of the door when he unlocked the door to get out.
Seth just said recently even that she sleeps hard.
And we know he didn't go out the front door.
to figure out how he would have gotten out, or if somebody came into the home. Could they have gotten through the garage door? No, unless they know the code or had the clicker, which they did not. Do you lock your doors at night?
Yes, ma'am.
Could he have left on his own through those doors?
He could. Yes, ma'am.
But I heard in another interview where Mr. Proudfoot said he was not a, quote, wanderer. He didn't wander around. He had never left the home before on his own. Is that right?
Correct. We haven't had issues with him running or taking off in the past.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions regarding the doors. Do you have any home surveillance, anything at all
question,
that would have
Cynthia.
given us an idea or a clue if the door had been opened or not, or a window?
Not directly from.
I've never heard a door called a man door. The man door is if you don't want to open the garage door. I would say that's the garage door.
The man door.
I've
is
never
how you
heard it
get-
called the man door.
I say the front door.
It may
I
be
don't-
called that. I've just never heard.
I've never
nobody
heard that
call it-
either.
I've never heard that.
That's
That may be a
weird.
down south thing. I don't know.
I think
My
women would
house.
be offended if they called it a man door around here.
Well, then from where?
You know, because it goes into the garage. That's why it might be called the man door.
I still don't really understand.
That's what we were
Never heard.
hoping that neighborhood ring cameras and may have picked something up.
Gotcha.
There
I want to go
hoping
back
that
to
they don't have
that
anything.
night. You said you were up till midnight. You were reading something. What were you reading?
A chapter for school.
A chapter for school.
While she talked on the phone.
Are you in school?
No,
I was,
Nancy.
yes, ma'am. I've since dropped my classes for the time.
What are you studying?
Business administration.
Gotcha. Where do you go to school?
DeVry.
Caller wants to come in.
So that night you go to bed at midnight after you've been talking to Mr. Proudfoot on the phone. You put the dogs away in a cage, a crate inside the home, and you go to bed. Did you check on Sebastian at that time?
I did not.
Okay. Do you normally?
Not typically. Since he's gotten older, I've not been checking on him as frequently throughout the night because normally he's good to go in his room.
Why are they
once he
so
goes to bed.
uncomfortable?
Earlier you had
I don't
stated
know.
you
All
heard
of
a
a sudden, they
noise in
got
his
real
room before
antsy.
you went to bed. What time was that?
Around 10 o'clock.
10 p.m. What did it sound like?
Just
You
a
know,
thud.
A thud.
She asked her what it sounded
You
like.
stated that you said,
thud,
look, I don't
yeah.
care what you're doing in there. Go to bed. Is that right?
I was on the couch, which is near his room, and I said, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? And he said, no, ma'am.
You know
and I
what?
said, well,
You
whatever
know
you're
what?
doing in there, knock it off and go to sleep.
So you
Okay, this says a man door is a swinging style door that's designed to be easy to walk through and often used in commercial, industrial, or school buildings.
Right.
Man doors are often used as entry doors, hallways, side doors, or loading dock doors. All right, I just had to get that out.
What was I just gonna say?
heard
Damn
his
it.
voice
I
at
wanted
10
you to
p.m.
pause it for a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there you
Um,
go.
God, what were they just talking about? Because I really had something
You want me to back
say.
it up?
Just for a second, please.
Go to bed at midnight after you've been talking to
Oh,
Mr.
I know.
Proudfoot on the
I'm
phone.
sorry.
You put the
He's so controlling that he's got to be on the phone. I mean, I think he's just chatty. So I actually believe he's on the phone. Let's say 3 hours, whatever.
I don't believe that.
He's telling her what to do and where to go and where to put the dogs and all that. But they suddenly hear that Sebastian is up and he's supposed to be in bed and he's the authoritarian that's on the other phone. Nancy didn't even mention like how that went about once they heard that he was making noise. I think it should have gone into a little more detail on that part, because I feel like if they were truly having a phone conversation and he hears, oh, the kid's acting up, he's not asleep like he's supposed to be, there needs to be some type of discipline there, I believe, according to his ways. And so basically, I guess I think that's an important part of the story also. I would have wanted to get more information as to like how they handled that usually. Like, is he supposed to be in bed by now? Is it a problem that he's not in bed? Because I could totally see him not being okay with the kid not being asleep, and he should be. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
dogs away in a cage, a crate inside the home, and you go to bed. Did you check on Sebastian at that time?
I did not.
Okay. Do you normally?
Thank you.
Not
Some
typically.
cloud.
Since he's gotten older, I've not been checking on him as frequently throughout the night because normally he's good to go in his room once he goes to bed.
Earlier you had stated you heard a noise in his room before you went to bed. What time was that?
Around 10 o'clock.
10 p.m. What did it sound like?
A
Just a
thud.
thud.
I mean, that's the first thing she
A
thought of.
thud.
Like,
That's a weird.
how do you describe a sound? I mean, I wouldn't know what to say if you asked me. I heard something earlier. What did it sound like? I don't know. Like something hit the floor. I don't know. Like a thud, a thump. Like what's the different sound that
A thud to me is like the sound something like a watermelon makes. A thud, like when you hit it, a thud.
I don't think that. When I hear thud, I just hear like something falling on the floor.
That don't usually sound like a thud.
I don't.
You stated that you
But
said,
what
look,
would
I don't
be
care what you're
different-
doing.
Like if somebody asked you right now to describe a sound, like what are different words to use for a
A
sound?
crash, a slam, a bang.
And those sound more serious to me than a thud does.
I don't know. A thud is unique. Like if he
A
fell off
crash?
the bed and his head hit the floor, it would make a thud.
It wouldn't make a crash.
No.
See, that's what.
What would break in your head that would shatter? A crash would be something breaking, shattering sound.
Okay.
A thud would be like a dunk, dunk.
Yeah, I mean that could be a simple freaking elbow to a wall, or like something hard hitting the floor.
In there, go to bed. Is that right?
I was on the couch, which is near his room, and I said, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? And he said, no, ma'am. And I said, well, whatever you're doing in there, knock it off and go to sleep.
And Chris
So
just
you
sat there
heard
and said
his voice
nothing.
at 10 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any idea what the sound actually was?
I do not know.
If he were to go out his window, what would he step on?
Start.
Mulch and bushes.
Did you say mulch or mush?
Mulch.
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 Mulch. Okay. Got it. Has he ever gone out the window before?
Christy says there's not enough Xanax in
ma'am.
the world
Yep.
to make me
Is
act
his
this
I
way.
agree.
Is his room on the front of the house or the back of the house?
The front.
Front.
Front. Do any of your neighbors' ring cams point toward your house? Could they pick that up?
They do, but it's so dark that they can only see it after it gets so dark at night. They can only see certain things where there's light.
I thought there were the two lights on.
On the opposite side of the house.
Okay. Can we talk about Sebastian's shoes? Why are you convinced Sebastian left without shoes on? Or are you?
Well, the reason that came about is because all of his shoes are accounted for inside the house still.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
How do you know what clothes he was wearing?
The clothes that we described are the ones I saw him in when he went to bed.
Well, when he
Wait.
got back from Texas Roadhouse, he changed clothes. The clothes he had on at Texas Roadhouse, they have.
Right.
He put on his night clothes, which was sweatpants that buttoned down the side, and
that's
a,
what she's claiming she
a
last
long-
saw him in.
a long sleeve black shirt.
So why couldn't they pinpoint what character was on his shirt?
I don't know.
Okay.
That morning, you woke up at 6 o'clock. Is that the normal time you wake up?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a heavy sleeper?
Off and on.
Yeah.
Do you take any medication at night that would make you sleep?
No, ma'am.
But you heard nothing.
Why didn't Nancy ask her does she drink?
She's just not leaving any room for anything other than a yes or no and specific answers. I don't know. There could be more than
I did
just
not know.
any medication.
So we know he is alive and well at 10 p.m. At 6 a.m. He's gone. You say he's never left before. Is that right?
Correct. He's never run off before.
And could I confirm, where was his bio dad at the time he went missing?
I believe he was at work in Nashville.
She said, I believe he was at work. She didn't say he was
Right.
at work.
Had there been any family argument or altercation prior to him going missing?
No, ma'am.
He sighed. Did you
And
hear
Mr.
that?
Prophet, when did you
Mhm.
leave town?
Early February.
Thank you, Nina.
So
So
he's been gone.
you've
a
been
month.
gone
Yeah.
for days before he went missing. Is that correct?
Correct,
Weeks.
ma'am.
Had you visited home since you left?
You said from when I initially left?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I came home February 26th, the morning I was told that he was missing.
Wow. That's
From the
not what
time
she
that you
asked
left for the job in Memphis to February 26th, did you visit the home?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I was home. I can't give exact dates.
What?
That's
Another part. There you go.
Suspicious right there. Can't give exact dates. Why
Does
can't
he
you?
not know, or does he?
He
That's
knows.
weird.
Law enforcement has told me not to provide
No,
exact
they
dates.
didn't. No, they
But
didn't.
I had been home multiple times prior to February. And then I left early February and then didn't come back till February 26th.
Hey, hold on.
So he couldn't give exact dates before that.
No, hold on. He said I had been home multiple times before February.
Uh-huh. But that don't matter because the kid didn't go missing until February 25th.
Well, the question that she asked was from the date that you left to go out of town to work. Have you been back home since? And that, my understanding, was in the beginning of February. So why is he talking and giving you the parts where he starts giving you extra detail? It's really important.
Mm-hmm.
I had been back, or I've been home multiple times since before February.
Yeah, because he had been gone a long time.
I mean, he works out of state often. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm guessing half of their marriage, all their marriage, whatever, he works out of town. So he's
That's
just,
why people were rumoring that she had a boyfriend. It's
there's
because
a
he's out of
CPS
town.
case.
Because he was out of town all the time.
There was definitely a CPS case.
So
He definitely whooped that boy with a belt when he was 15 because he described the boy being a 15-year-old embarrassed boy, and he had just turned 15 in December, and this is all occurring in February. Between the time of December and February was the belt incident, him being
Right,
center
exactly.
of CPS, and there's something to that.
You were not home from the time you left early February till Feb 26. Is that right?
Correct, ma'am.
Where were you living in Memphis?
I have an RV trailer that I stay in at an RV park.
RV park. Okay. Following back up on that morning, you search the home, Miss Proudfoot. Then you get in your vehicle and you start searching. Did Sebastian know how to drive?
Look at
No,
her
ma'am.
face when she said that.
Was your car in the same location when you woke up that morning as it was the night before?
Yes, ma'am.
The work
Has your
van doesn't
car
move.
been searched by police?
Multiple times. Yes, ma'am.
Have scent dogs looked at your car?
Yes, ma'am.
So your car's in the same place. You get in the car, you start looking in the neighborhood for him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you call Mr. Proudfoot, right?
I believe I was already on the phone with him at that point.
Okay. Question. Who called 911?
Nobody.
He did.
I did.
He didn't call 911.
You did.
Yeah, he called the sheriff.
Right.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
time?
Without looking at a call log, I can't give you the exact time, but on or about 6:20.
That's 6:20.
Yeah.
And had you guys been talking on the phone before 6 a.m. or did you initially call Mr. Proudfoot at the time you realized Sebastian was gone?
I called him when I realized Sebastian was gone.
Have you guys been out looking for Sebastian?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We were given information that you guys have left the home. Is that true?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I'm going back to work.
Wait, right there. See? He
Yep.
said he didn't know if he had a job.
Yep.
Right? He didn't know if he. So, I mean, I just call bullshit on that. He said earlier that, oh, that's up in the air, my job. But now that you left the house. Why'd you leave the house? Oh, because I'm going back to work.
Yeah.
Well, a while ago, you just said that your job was up in the air.
He's lying.
He's lying. He's absolutely lying. And that's what Nancy told me at CrimeCon. She said, he lied. He's a liar. He lied to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Nancy's exact words when me and Nancy spoke on the Proudfoots.
You're going back to work. What about you, Miss Proudfoot?
And I'm not going back to work. Not yet, at least.
I don't think.
Did
that's
you
smart.
leave the home also, Miss Proudfoot?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
To accompany my husband going back to work, and then I'm coming back.
That wasn't the question.
Okay.
They were down there partying. There was pictures of them that came out from that trailer park. They were out there drinking and cooking out.
To accompany my husband going back to work. What?
That while ago, he didn't even know if he had a job.
Do you have to hold his
Right.
pants?
Yeah,
loop?
hold his
Like,
hand. You didn't
what?
accompany him any other time. Why would you accompany him when your kid's gone? That don't make zero sense.
And when will you be back? Do you know yet?
No, not yet.
Are you concerned about being away while the search is ongoing?
You should be.
Absolutely, I am.
Then why are you going?
Because my son could be anywhere, and we're looking everywhere and anywhere.
Okay.
Wrong answer.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer, Katie. Wrong answer. My son could be anywhere, so we're looking anywhere and everywhere. But you're not looking in the state that he's missing in?
Or you're not waiting for him to come
Come home.
home to the
Yeah,
home he
Yeah. Lives in?
walked out of, like that.
If that ain't suspicious,
I don't
ain't
even
nothing suspicious.
know
Beverly,
what to say.
thank you, Beverly. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
So basically, she just told us in a
Team
nutshell,
foul play,
in my
yes.
opinion, that she put this man over her son,
Uh-huh.
and that her son is gone, and she's
Don't
ride
give
or
a
die
damn.
with this man, and
She don't
care.
give a damn.
Nope.
Don't give a damn. Okay.
I really try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I could see where certain things that people called them out for are like,
I mean, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt too, but you know, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, these fucking people are suspicious.
I mean, this is why their exact words are important. So I like to focus on their interviews they did.
I mean, how do you get past that?
Especially
Let's
with
hear
their
this
face.
again.
Yeah,
We got to hear this again because
rewind
no
it.
mother in their right mind would
No.
say this.
No.
Husband going back to work, and then I'm coming back.
Okay. When will you be back? Do you know yet?
No, not yet.
She just knows
Are you
she'll be back
concerned
at some
about
point.
being away while the search is ongoing?
Right here.
Absolutely, I am.
Then why are you going?
Bingo.
Because my son could be anywhere, and we're looking everywhere and anywhere.
What the hell? They had to take Nancy off camera.
I've got a question.
They did.
I want to find out about Mr. Proudfoot hitting Sebastian
There you go.
with a
Oh.
belt. What happened?
That was actually several years ago, and it
No, it won't because there's
No,
an
it
active
wasn't.
CPS case and it happened after December.
Yeah, because and he was fishing
Years
at the
ago.
time.
Why they keep lying to Nancy like Nancy's stupid?
Because Nancy had that lined up. She knew. She probably knows the case is ongoing or was ongoing. She probably knows he couldn't come back to the house because when the case is being investigated, you have to keep the two parties separated. And she probably knows all because you can see her leading up to it. You could see her. Where were you at? What were you doing? What time did you come back to the house? Did you ever come back while you were gone this period? Because
I
she knows
think
he's probably not supposed to.
This is the most damaging interview they've done after all of them because they're used to being able to control the situation and the narrative on these YouTube channels, but they couldn't control it on Nancy.
Yeah.
Right. And you
Yeah.
can see right there that they got caught in lies, inconsistent statements.
I think they got caught
And
up in
she-
every interview they
she
did,
don't
but yeah.
give a damn, basically. Why didn't she just go,
She's not
Nancy,
gonna
I don't
follow
give a
them.
damn, Nancy. I go where I want, biatch. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what she should have been better off saying.
It sounded like that's what she said to me. She
Basically.
might as well have said that.
I know, basically.
It could be anywhere.
Anywhere. That-
I would have asked her. See, and Nancy's not following up with like what I would do because she's a professional, and I would be like, okay, well, where's everywhere, and how did you search there? Like,
Good thing they ain't never come up here because I would have tore them apart. I'd
Yeah.
have dug every bone out the closet. There ain't a question I wouldn't ask.
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot.
one-
To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
Right there.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Proudfoot, what happened?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
misunderstood.
yeah.
I thought you were asking
Oh,
Katie. Sebastian had gotten in trouble. He got caught lying. And I had asked him, I said, hey, you got to have a punishment for this. He says, yes, sir. And I said, okay. So I gave him a swat with a belt on his buttocks on the outside of his clothes.
His
One
buttocks.
swat.
This is Mr.
that
Machete.
is so weird.
Buttocks.
That is so weird. So
Nobody talks
Bubba
like
Gump,
that. Nobody
Forrest
talks
Gump.
like that.
Forrest Gump does.
I would have smacked him on the ass.
Jenny.
Why did he just say I smacked him on the ass one time with a
Because
belt?
he's not gonna say
Or
that
I
in front
smacked
of
him on the
Nancy.
butt
Yes,
with a
ma'am.
belt. He actually said I hit him one time on the buttocks.
Like,
Where was he from? Another fucking country? Like right there. Who believes?
But see,
Let me ask the chat. There's 2,100 people right here. If you believe this man hit that boy more than one time with that belt, press 1 in the chat and like this video. Okay. I bet you we got 2,000 likes on this video time I asked this question. If you believe he hit him more than one time with that belt, press the like on
He
this
did.
video and then press 1 in the chat.
no, he did.
And let's see if we hit 2,000 likes. I guarantee we hit 2,000 likes because I guarantee this man hit him more than
He
one
did.
time.
He did.
That's just my opinion.
my opinion. He
Let's
did.
see if we hit 2,000 likes.
And
I
then- but do you
guarantee
see-
because I know people are going to agree with me out here on this.
When he hyper focused on, oh, he's gonna have a punishment for this. That's what I was saying about.
Look at them ones.
Okay,
Let's see if we hit 2,000 likes. Look at the likes.
it's
too.
not gonna be over like that.
I'm telling you, people are going to hit the like on that one because everybody in here knows that he hit this child more than one time with that belt. And he was like, you got to have a punishment. So what, did Sebastian pick to get whipped? Hey, not one time as a kid when I got in trouble, I'd be like, Mom, beat me. Okay? No kid volunteers for an ass whipping. No, nobody. Nobody. Even when you get caught, you still don't want to get whipped. Oh, will you whip me like he campaigned for an ass whipping? No. How many likes we got?
1.4K.
1.4K. Okay, where's my people that think he got whipped more than once? I want to see y'all hit that like button. I don't buy it. I call total BS.
What did he lie about?
He has no.
I honestly don't remember at the time, but it was probably
But it was so bad you had to beat him.
And that was the one and only time.
So bad you had to whip this kid, but you don't remember what it's about. Come on now. Come on.
something dealing with school because that's majority where his.
This is why I never liked this guy. This is when my problem started because, Dolly believes you should never put your hands on another man's kid.
That's the difference between you and the kid's father, though, is that the kid's father also believed in punishment, in my opinion, and he never corrected this man in the way
He
this man
should've.
punished his kid. So you can't really hold him 100% accountable when the kid's
If my
father
baby's
didn't stop it. You
if
would
my
have stopped
baby's
it.
mama, I told him too. When
Yeah.
me and my baby's mama split up, I told her boyfriend, I said, I'll tell you this, you ever try to discipline my kid or put your hands on my kid, I'm basically going to go to prison. I didn't say it as nice as that. I said it a lot more with intent to let him know that you ever, and I mean ever, even think about it. If you think about it too hard, I am going to go to prison. I will be over here in a drop of a fucking, just as soon as I could get to you, and you will never, ever do it again. Right. And just thankfully he was never tried to discipline my child. He never put his hands on my child. I made it clear as you, crystal clear. You put your hands on my kid, I am going to prison. That's why I've never liked Chris. Never. I was like, you don't whip another man's kid.
That's why I don't think I ever liked
When
Seth.
a father splits, that's one of the fathers. I don't know how many men we got in here, but I guarantee every man in here agrees with me. When you split up with your old lady and you have a kid, that is one of your biggest fears, that they're going to let somebody else put their hands on your kid or treat your kid bad. That was my biggest fear as a father. So I made it crystal clear in the words of Chris, crystal clear. You do this and you giving me a free pass to go to prison.
Issues lie.
Did he have other issues at school?
Some behavioral stuff, but nothing too crazy.
What kind of behavioral stuff?
I believe so too.
He has a hard time. He's like awkwardly socially, like blending in with students. So it's a little, he's trying to figure out how to do it, but respecting people's space. He gets a little too close. And then kids don't really accept that too much. So it kind of causes an issue. But he'll not stop and he continues on. So then it causes an issue. And instead of being honest about it, he'll lie like, no, I didn't. Okay, Sebastian.
So how do you know he did it? If he's saying he didn't do it, but you still beat him when he said he didn't do it. The kid said, I didn't do it. And you beat him. And you know he has special needs. Right? He's a special needs child. And not only are you whipping some other man's child, you're whipping a child with special needs, like your baby gap. You know, like you don't, that ain't how you discipline a child with special needs.
It's really not.
Right? It's like a dog peeing on the floor and you come home 6 hours later and you whip the dog. The dog don't even know what it's getting whipped for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say he's a dog, but I'm just saying this kid don't understand why he's being whipped is the message I'm trying to get across.
We're lying about doing
Was that the first time?
What
did she say? I always said the same thing. Hold on.
So she's throwing her own kid under the bus there.
Uh-huh.
He'll not stop and he continues on.
All right, be quiet. I want to hear
So
that.
then it causes an issue. And instead of being honest about it, he'll lie like, no, I didn't. Okay, Sebastian.
Why he smile right there like that smirk?
We're lying about doing
Was that the first time?
I can't make out what
Or
she
lie
said.
about doing work, is what she said.
Lie about doing work. Okay. Yeah, it's like that. Oh my God. I remember this is one of those things that made me hate this dude. In this interview, I know it is. It's bringing back memories.
Was that the first time you had ever hit him with a belt?
Yes, ma'am. The one and only time, actually.
I don't believe that.
When was this?
Years ago, ma'am.
I don't believe that either.
Any idea how many? 3, 10, 1?
It probably at least 3 years ago.
I don't understand how that turned
knows.
into a CPS or child protective.
See? She knows exactly because
Right.
she read the CPS report. I see
Right.
the chat saying that Seth didn't know he got whipped. I'm not going to speak on that because Seth did say he didn't know that he was getting whipped, but he said that he was being bullied by them and that he was wanting to come live with him.
And they talked to him terribly.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to be quiet.
He knew there was
You tell me to
altercations
be
in
quiet. I'm
that.
going to be quiet. I know.
He knew there was some stuff going on in that house. Exactly what maybe he didn't know, but he knew that there was some that Sebastian wasn't happy there.
He saw
Services complaint.
stuff go down
How
when he
were
came
they
to his house.
alerted that you
And
hit
then
him
he
with
was
a
told
belt?
about the
That did
SA. He knew stuff was going on that was bad at their house. I'm sorry.
That did not turn into a CPS service call.
He's stuttering.
There were other CPS reports, right? Were they regarding your other child?
There is one in regards to my daughter that I know of out in New Mexico with my ex-wife.
That's
and
how he
myself.
spins this.
What happened?
At the time, my ex-wife had fled to New Mexico with my daughter. We were going through a custody and a divorce case at that time. And at the time, when I'd call and try to check in on my daughter, I could never reach my ex-wife at that time. So a welfare check was requested. Law enforcement told me to call CPS.
No,
He's an asshole.
she's asking about the ones that were taken out on him, not ones you took out on somebody
He's
else.
twisting it.
I
That's
know.
how twisted he is.
He's twisting it. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, if I had concerns. So I called CPS. Law enforcement did make a welfare call, and that was it.
Then how does that turn into a CPS complaint against
It
you?
don't. It don't.
It don't. Good question, Nancy. Good question. Look at Nancy's look on her face. Look at the look on Nancy's face. That shit is almost priceless. Like I could blow that up as a picture and hang that on my wall. You know what I'm saying? She's looking at this man like, you piece of shit. That is like she smelled a big turd.
Right. When somebody
Right?
lies straight to your face, either they think you're too stupid to recognize the lie, or they're just really that bold. And
Look
I
at
mean,
Nancy's face.
I see it.
Her face, she got some expressions like you can't hide it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You know
I have that
exactly
same
what she's
problem.
thinking
Yep.
by the way she looks. She's looking at this man like somebody took a big number 2 right on her favorite pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like she put her foot in some shit is what she's looking like. She got that I can't believe your ass look.
Yeah.
I can't even believe you. Like you lying piece of dog shit.
I have no idea, ma'am. There's a lot of misinformation out there right now in regards to my New Mexico case that actually has no relevance to the Sebastian case.
What?
Then was there even a CPS
What?
complaint against you in New Mexico?
Not that I am aware of.
You are a
My
liar
attorney and my
She said in New Mexico.
that he's aware of.
There might not have been one in New Mexico, but I'm saying we know there was one in Tennessee.
And with his daughter. I thought there was.
Sure. I mean, Nina and him were fighting, but I don't know if there were CPS reports. But I know there's a CPS report on him in
Okay.
Tennessee.
Okay.
myself are
Allegedly.
well educated on my case, and there's nothing that we know of.
Was there a TRO taken out against you
That.
regarding
Yes,
your daughter?
ma'am. Not a TRO, but a TPO.
Temporary protection
Protective
order.
order.
That's the same thing as a restraining order.
I know.
Protection order, restraining
He's
order.
Mr. Smart.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. He's just got to word it.
A temporary protective order. Why was that taken out?
So in regards to that case, my ex-wife had a TPO put against her in Tennessee at the time.
Again, against her.
When we went to court, that got dissolved. I was ordered to hand my daughter back over to my ex-wife at the time. She gets in a truck. She fleds to New Mexico 2 days.
Well, he was trying to keep his daughter from her, and he took
Yeah.
a protective order out on her, and then the judge threw that bitch out. She got the kid. He was ordered to give the kid back to her,
But
and
I
she
think
left.
there's also a TPO against
She got her
him.
kid and got the hell out of
Yeah.
Dodge, which I don't blame her because I don't blame the woman. After hearing her story, if just a little bit of Nina's story was true, he is a horrible person. I mean, just a little bit. Let's just
Yeah.
say 80% of it was lies, and let's say 20% of what she said was truthful. This dude's
Yeah.
bad, real bad.
Days later, she files one in retaliation.
Oh, so he had one.
Is it still in
Look
place?
how she's looking at him.
No,
Oh my
man,
God,
that
I
was
love
dropped
Nancy.
within, I think, 2 weeks of it being put in place.
I've got a question about the belt incident. You're telling me that was the only time that you ever hit Sebastian with a belt.
She
Yes, ma'am.
knows.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also telling me that did not make it to CPS?
No, ma'am, that did not.
Something else
Look
did.
at how
though.
she's looking at him like, oh.
A lot of people think he strangled him, choked him. That's why he had that bruise on his neck. I mean, that's what a lot of people think. But
A lot of people also think Sebastian bit his arm and they lined teeth up. And I mean, we don't know what happened.
I don't know about that, but I know that
I mean, I've seen several people.
reason there's a CPS report, and Sebastian told his teachers.
It was the belt incident. That's why she's reiterating that and making sure that he's going to straight
Nancy
lie
probably
to her.
knows.
She does know.
Question
Yes, ma'am.
regarding Faith's furniture.
Yes,
A few
ma'am.
days after Sebastian goes missing, did you replace furniture in Faith's room?
No, ma'am, I have not replaced any furniture in my daughter's room.
Is there any new furniture in the home?
Yes, ma'am, there's a bed that was given to me, and it's currently in my garage.
Has anything been taken out of the home?
No, ma'am.
I was curious about a statement that Miss Proudfoot made earlier that canine dogs hit on the barn around the home and near a retention pond? Did that happen?
I'm not sure about the barn, but the retention pond, yes.
Which
Where
at
did
this
they have a
point,
barn?
listen, at this point, the detective came out and said the dogs had a false hit. Okay.
No, they didn't. They
Yeah,
said there wasn't a hit.
that's what I'm saying, a false hit.
They didn't say a false hit. There's a difference between the dogs not smelling nothing and then the dog
Okay, well,
smelling
let's say
something
the
and
dogs-
it not being relevant.
The head detective came out and said the dog didn't smell nothing. Why is he on national TV saying the dog did?
Why was there audio from dispatch that said he did?
Because it was a false hit.
That's not what the detective said.
That ain't what the
though.
detective said, but that's what happened. And then he said there was no hit, but it was a false hit. And
There's something weird about that too.
I don't know. I think the dogs are just stupid.
I don't.
Well, I don't have no faith.
They're
I don't
utilizing
have no
every
faith in
time
them
somebody's
dogs.
missing.
Them
and
dogs
something.
walked past Brian Laundrie 100 times. He was 2 foot from the damn sidewalk. They didn't smell him. So I don't believe them dogs can track a damn.
So why would they use dogs every time there's an incident?
They
Every
like
time.
dogs. Okay. They like
Okay.
them German shepherds. Sometimes they'll track you down if you running and hiding. They can find you. But far as tracking, we seen it with Brian Laundrie. They had hound dogs, German shepherds. Every dog walked right past his dead ass body.
Because law enforcement says the dogs did not hit. But Miss
There's been
Proudfoot says they did hit around the retention pond.
So there's been a lot of miscommunication in regards to what is and what is not. To help clear that up,
Of course.
Law
Go ahead.
enforcement has actually spoken directly with me, showed me a few things. What I can tell you is from day one, there was 5 dogs that started the scent for the search. And then after that, from the next 8 days out from that, there have been dogs from all over the country that have come in and done searches and had scent hits in various locations. But I would say a certain percentage of them tend to go toward the same spot, which would have been a retention.
Look, that hill looks just like the hill on Ben Hill Road,
Oh, right now.
don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Right, where they cut it out for the power lines.
Yeah.
And then, their house, the shack would be up there. Thank you, Nina.
Pond.
So the law enforcement dogs did not hit on the retention pond. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they did. There was at least 3 that I know for a fact that did hit on the retention pond.
Not true. Not true. Not true at all.
The dispatch audio says they did.
It says he went to the retention pond and jumped in. They don't say he hit on nothing and went to the retention pond and jumped in.
He just wanted to take a swim.
That
you
kid
know.
was not at that retention pond. He didn't get. I don't believe that. Not one bit. Not one drop.
I don't
do
understand
believe
why
that.
law enforcement isn't being forthcoming with information to the public, but they want the public's help because that's part of the problem. They're telling us, that's a garbage truck and it clears day, splits off to where one light goes here and one light goes here. It's not possible. It's a garbage truck.
Okay.
Or they're telling us
The
there's no
dogs didn't
scent, there
track
is a
that
scent.
way, though. They didn't track that way. They tracked the opposite way to the retention pond. I've been out there. The road goes this way and around a curve.
Mhm.
If the dogs were tracked that way, the retention pond ain't that way. The retention pond is straight back behind the house. You cut behind another house, and the retention pond's right over there, and there's 2 of them. And if he would have jumped in the retention pond, the kid went in the middle of the night with no shoes, no shirts on, jumped in the
Went
retention
swimming.
pond, went swimming,
Yeah.
then got out and disappeared?
No.
That shit didn't happen.
And the pond has been drained, correct? And there was nothing there.
Yes, ma'am. They have walked it, drained it, and there's nothing. The retention pond was only knee deep anyways.
On one occasion, Mr. Proudfoot, you stated that you and Mrs. Proudfoot have been, quote, vetted and cleared of foul play.
They've been vetted. Nobody's been
That's
cleared.
a lie.
That was stated on Chronicles of Olivia. Is that true? What do you mean by that?
Yes. So after working with law enforcement of all agencies, they have actually told us that there is no foul play, no nefarious issues. We've been cleared of all wrongdoing. We are working extremely
They said
cooperative.
nobody was cleared. Nobody.
Publicly, they said nobody was cleared.
Publicly, nobody is cleared.
With all law enforcement agencies. at any point in time that they've called, come to the house, anything.
Was Sebastian angry or upset before he disappeared?
No, ma'am.
Not to my knowledge.
What is your theory about where is Sebastian?
I wish I knew where he was, to be honest.
Your theory.
To be honest,
I think it's possible that someone has my son,
Why?
because I feel like if he had been close to the house or had walked off, that we would found him by now with as many people as we had searching.
what?
Have you checked his social media?
He doesn't have social media.
Have you checked his phone?
His phone has been thoroughly checked. Yes, ma'am.
Have you handed your phones to police, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Has police searched all of your devices, your laptop, your iPad, everything?
Everything. Yes, ma'am.
Other than you, Miss Proudfoot, who is the last person that saw or heard Sebastian alive the Sunday before he went missing?
Two of his aunts, a cousin, and the staff where we had dinner.
And that was at BJ's the night before or the bowling alley?
No, Texas Roadhouse.
So BJ's, and then we went to the bowling alley, and then after the bowling alley, we went to dinner before coming home.
I want to follow up again on the dogs hitting. Earlier, Ms. Proudfoot had stated the dogs hit around the house, the barn, and at the retention pond. Is that correct?
I don't know about the barn, but I do know that they did track to the pond. Yes.
Did the dogs also hit around the house?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
On the outside of the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Were they scent dogs or cadaver dogs?
They brought in both cadaver and tracking dogs.
So did the cadaver dogs hit?
Which dog hit? A cadaver dog or a scent dog?
Scent dog.
It's all been scent dogs that have hit. The cadaver dogs have not hit on anything that we know of.
Oh, he knows
What do
everything.
you believe Sebastian was wearing when he disappeared? And would that have been what he...
Would the police even tell you that?
No.
Would they tell? Yeah, I don't think the police would even tell you that.
Was he following the dog around himself?
They have a little
Like, how
shed
would
in the
he-
back.
Oh my
slept
God.
in?
Yes. So the clothes, the black sweatpants with the white stripes and the long sleeve black shirt, that is what he went to bed in. And the reason that I believe he was still wearing those clothes is because when we searched, I did not find those clothes in the house. So I have to assume that that's what he was still wearing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Did you say that's what he wore when he went to bed?
Yes, ma'am.
Joining us right now, in addition to Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot, the bio mom and stepdad of Sebastian, an all-star panel. First to Brian Trasher joining us, Vice President of the Cajun Navy, who has joined the search. Brian, thank you for being with us. Who asked you to join the search?
Clowns right here. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Clowns, clowns, clowns. Raging Cajuns are they're a legitimate grifters.
I mean, I don't
They
have anything
all
to
they
say.
did was they were the start of the clown show. These were the first clowns in town. They were out there making balloon animals and then serving cotton candy. These people, if I ever go missing, ever, guys, everybody out there, please never send these fucking idiots to come find me or anybody I know. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Now listen, where the confusion is there's a bunch of Cajun Navies to name, right? And some of them are legit and some of them ain't. You have to do your research on the ones that are not. And I'm going with these are not.
Well, we had deployed a team up to Nashville, Tennessee last week in response to the missing college student Riley Strain.
And y'all didn't
and,
find him.
we
Y'all didn't find him either. Okay. Y'all didn't find him. Don't act like you did.
stayed up there until he was found. While we were in the area, we had a lot of people reaching out to us on social media, saying that there was a young boy who had been missing for several weeks that was only about 20 miles away from where we were. So we talked to a few people, got some information, and decided to deploy part of our team that was already.
Yeah, Nancy told me that they were liars, that he lied to her. He said he was going to come back and take a polygraph, and he never came back and took the polygraph.
I think she was talking about all of these lies we just caught also,
What did he-
because I think she knows about
She said
the
he was a
Bell
liar.
incident.
That's what he said. She
She
said
knows about the CPS and the TPO, and I mean, he's sitting there.
I
flat
told
out
Nancy
lying.
I was in town to meet her to go search for Sebastian Rogers, and she told me that these people were liars.
already up there to Sumter County to investigate and see what we could do to help out.
You went on your own. Were you asked to join?
We were asked to join. I'm not sure specifically who some of our people talk to, but we get requests all the time, and we'll reach out. We'll try to get either a family member or a close friend of the family, just so we know we're talking to people connected to the family. And somebody had reached out and asked us to join since we already had assets so close to Sumter County.
Tell me what you have been doing, Brian Trasher. Everyone with me, the VP.
Okay, I don't really want to hear him.
I don't either.
So let's jump into some phone calls since
Yeah.
we already been here a couple hours. We want to hear from you people tonight. What do you think happened to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? Okay, I know most of you guys think it's foul play. And if you do think it's foul play, how did they get him out the house? Did they lead him to a car with the flashlights? Was it something with the car
She could
in the
have just put him in
garage?
her car in the garage.
Did he run away? All right. And
That's possible. She even said it was possible he walked out the door.
and if you're just tuning in, I showed the video of us out there searching down there in Hendersonville. So if you want to watch that video, you're more than welcome to rewind it. But I will put that video out when I'm finished editing it tomorrow. It was like a little sneak peek of my video. So tomorrow that video will be out, or you could go back, rewind this, possibly watch it on the replay of us down there searching. Now we do have a campaign that's, to help us do some more searching because, hey, listen, hotels, eat and travel expenses are not cheap. So we do have a campaign. That link I just posted right here is it. If you got a couple bucks and want to help out the search efforts to get us back down there searching, you're more than welcome to hit it up. If you ain't got it, don't worry about it. But we're not giving up on these kids, right? There's a lot of people missing in Tennessee, and we don't have no quit in us. All right. So let's open the phone lines. The call-in numbers on the screen, 757-797-6694. And PJ's gonna be taking your calls. I'm answering it. Be ready.
This is PJ. Who's this and where you're calling from?
Hey, it's Richard. What's going on,
Hey,
guys?
Richard, where you been?
Hey, brother, what you doing?
He wants to talk to you.
What's up? No, he called to talk to you.
What's up,
I was
homie?
saying what's up, and he's like, what's up?
What's
to
up,
you?
Richard? How's it going, man?
Man, it's about time I get in. My God, I feel like you're just flying by me, not answering my calls.
You the first one tonight. First one.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Lucky
I'm
caller
sick
number
as a
one.
dog, though. I got fever and everything, and I'm sick. I had that fucking cold weather and that Tennessee water, I think, got me.
The
How
Tennessee
you
water
doing?
to do it. I didn't drink no
Dude,
Tennessee
I don't
water
know,
when I
man.
was
It
there.
got me, dude.
They got you.
I'm not used to going like that, like to those states like that. And then I was in a short sleeve when that shit blew in, and it fucking, God dang, it got cold.
Yeah.
I was at night, and it was freaking freezing, man.
Well, when we was there, it wasn't bad during the day, but at night it
I
started
was
to
there
get
when
a
you
little-
were there.
Was you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I seen your Mercedes.
You seen the Mercedes? That was a rental.
Yeah. I seen you. But I went by the campsite.
You went up by the campsites.
Yeah, I came through by the roadhouse, went by BJ's ice cream parlor, all that stuff, and then I seen you, and then I didn't really want to bug you because I knew you were filming, so I just kind of went my way. I went up by Easy Days.
Okay.
The campsites. I did a lot. I got some stuff I was gonna send you on your email. I'm still learning this thing. You know me, I kind of suck at it. I'm still trying to learn it, but
All right.
it's doing okay. Like I got a couple people helping me, like Lady Freedom. You know, have you heard of her? She has a small channel, but she's real big on. She's been on Sebastian since Terry Lynn. They kind of work together.
Okay.
And so she's helping me. She's gonna put me on her panel in a couple of days, and I'm gonna do like the first time I'm on a panel. So. It's gonna be weird. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. I don't like showing my face, so it's gonna be hard, but I'll figure it out.
Why don't you just go with a little thumbnail, like like this, like? Whoop.
I'm trying to work on thumbnails. I suck at it, man. I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it.
I mean, I'm saying you have like an icon. You don't always have to show yourself. You can show your
I
icon.
just put like my little. Well, I have an intro, but I can't put it up yet. I have to get to 500 first.
No, I'm talking about like, like, I don't know if you're watching my video, but when you don't have your camera on, it shows a little icon of you, and it shows a little thing bouncing around it, moving.
Well, yeah, and it's like your voice, it bounces.
Yeah, you can use that.
Okay, I've seen yours do that before. I always watch your videos, man.
Yeah, you can do it like that. You don't have to show yourself.
I've been watching you for 8 months?
I just like people to see how ugly I am. I like giving people nightmares like Freddy Krueger.
You don't get nobody nightmares. Come on, man.
I'm sure somebody
Everybody
has
love
nightmares.
you, Dolly. Everybody love you. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've been trying to find you, but I know you've been on the road a lot, so I knew you were on the road. I was checking you out, and I was like, I didn't want to bug y'all because I know y'all were doing y'all's thing, and I don't know how it works. I didn't want to come up to you and you'd be like, hey, get away, you're a YouTuber or something. I didn't know what to do. So
yeah, well, a lot of people come up to me. We had people coming up to me in the restaurant. We were in the holler. People came up to us.
And well, dude, they come out to me too. You see my video of that dude and freaking filming me, man. I had to pause the video, go up there and talk shit to this old man because he was filming me and he called the cops on me.
Well, we've over the years, I guess, I'm still to this day, I'm surprised at how many people watch me on the internet because, I'm in some of the most random places and somebody will come up to me and be like, hey, Dolly. But the scary thing is I don't, they know me, but I don't know them. And I don't know if they're friend or foe. But it depends it depends how they say my name. If they're like, Dolly, then I know they're cool. You know what I'm saying? And
dude, I was so scared too, man. And I'm a little bitty baby. I'm only at like 474 in my first month. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't even hit 500 in my first month.
Like the other day when I was in the holler and the dudes pulled up to me in a Jeep, I had never met them people. I had no clue to who they were, right? But when they said my name, they said it in a friendly way. Like, Dolly!
Okay,
right? And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. They must watch me and know who I am. So then I walked up to the Jeep. Now, if they would approach like, hey, who the fuck are you? I would have been a little more like, you know what I'm saying?
I wish I would have got those greetings. I got bad greetings over there, man. Everybody was filming me, following me. I had like 8 people come behind me trying to mess my dog up. It was horrible, man.
I hear you.
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Okay, so real quick, what do you think about this case, Richard? Because we're running out of time.
You know what? You watch my video tonight. I know you probably don't watch me, but if you watch mine tonight when I called them out, you'll see.
Okay, I'll have to go back and watch it.
I feel like that these two on the other side, and I don't use Papa and Mama Bear, I use names, but I feel like, it's the holidays. If you cannot get off your ass and go look for your child for Thanksgiving, and you got a dad over here that's killing himself and building an army, and Dog and all them are building an army, and it's so wonderful. It's so great. I see it. And it's like, that's what we need to be doing is building these armies. But we need to build them in every state, right? So
I like to see it. I like to see it because when I was looking around, I ain't see nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying they must be hiding.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, get the fuck off your ass and do something.
They in the bushes. I don't know, Richard. I guess.
No, they in the bushes. They just on vacation, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, look, we out of time. You be good.
I know, brother. Thanks for taking my call, Dolly. And try to help me get to 500. I need to open up my little things, and I can't do it. I'm only 26 away.
Hey, mods, post Richard's link, and we'll see if we can get you to 500.
Thank you, brother. I love you, man. I knew you would do it for me.
All right, peace.
I appreciate it. Hey, I love you and PJ. Have a happy Thanksgiving, guys.
You too.
All right, brother. You rock. Be good.
Later. Dolly, PJ.
Dolly, PJ.
What's up?
This is This is George down here in Houston.
What's up, George?
I'm kind of leaning towards this handoff. Now, how far? The campsite was what, 3 hours from the house?
Over 3.5 hours.
Okay, so that's why people were saying that for Chris to have driven to the house and back to his job would have been 7 hours or some shit like that.
Yeah, a little over. Depending on, I mean, I guess it depends how fast you drove and traffic.
Right, and maybe a shortcut or something here and there or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if the mom and Chris were to meet halfway, they'd have plenty of time to do this handoff.
Yeah, but then the phones would track. The police would know.
Yeah, but all you got to do is leave your phone at home.
Yeah, that is a possibility that they left.
All you got to do is leave your phone at home, call the other person, tell them, hey, leave your phone right there where it is, get in the car with the kid.
But then again, you got the neighbors with cameras, and they're going to pick your car up leaving in the middle of the night. You got to take that into consideration too.
Well, what was them 2 flashlights out there? What was that going on?
The only time that car left, allegedly, is that morning when she went looking for Sebastian. Let me tell you this. This is what's strange. She called Chris, and Chris called the police. You know why that is? Because if they track the call, they track it to where Chris is at. They don't track it to where Katie's at. There's no way to determine where Katie was at because she didn't call the police.
But according to the time of those lights being seen, they would have had time to make that
handoff.
That handoff.
Uh-huh.
That's what I think.
Maybe. I mean, I think Chris, my honest belief is Chris was where he was supposed to be at, but he has friends and family in that area, and maybe he was handed off to one of the family members, and they went and met Chris.
And maybe they did the handoff.
Uh-huh. Maybe it was a double handoff, play action fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
That could be.
I mean, that's a possibility, and a lot of people blame the Bauer Sox or Chris's sister that likes to follow people around. Allegedly.
Well, allegedly, there's enough time here, and I know it's a good little distance, but there's enough people involved to make a little handoff, to make a little.
And to me, I honestly think that it was one of Chris's family members that were following me around.
Right.
When I was there.
We almost 100% know that.
I mean, we almost 99.9.999% know who it was. But, just for entertainment purposes and the internet, we're going to say we don't.
Allegedly.
Well,
allegedly. But we know, allegedly.
That kid didn't walk out of that house and nobody found him.
I mean, kids just don't vanish. He ain't the son of David Copperfield, Chris Angel, or David Blaine.
No.
So he don't just vanish. Somebody knows. And my thought is either it's like what you're saying, 3 things. He either ran away, he was handed off, or when she left early that morning to go look for him, really she wasn't looking for him. She left and took him somewhere.
And before that, she took him up to that other back street and put him in another car.
Maybe. I mean, a lot of people believe that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, none of us were there, so it's all speculation. But something happened. Somebody on this channel is right. Okay, somebody. We just don't know which person it is. Somebody's right because there's only so many options it can be.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
Well, okay, that's all I got.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you have a blessed one.
You too.
All right.
Say hi to PJ for me.
She can hear you.
I can hear you.
Well, hi, PJ.
She has headphones too. She's capable. All right, I was about to say Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. You be good. Stay safe.
All right, y'all too.
All right, peace. So it is officially Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So now when I say happy Thanksgiving, it's actually Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all you beautiful people out there. All right. I hope you have a blessed day. Be good to your loved ones. If you know somebody that's down and out or is alone, invite them over for Thanksgiving. Don't be a damn Scrooge. Okay. Invite somebody over. You know, be kindness in this world. Listen, when you're kind to people, you get paid back for that sevenfold in this life for being nice. So if you do a good deed, invite somebody over, somebody that's less fortunate, or somebody that might just be alone. You know, a lot of times people that ain't doing good, they're the ones that always say, oh, I got this, I'm good. But really deep down inside, they want somebody to be like, nah, man, hell with that. Come over, come eat with us, you know, or especially people that are alone on the holidays. Nobody really wants to be alone on the holidays. No matter how many times they say, oh, I'm good, I'm just going to chill. They really want something. They really want to be a part of something. And they just, you know, they just can't, you know, come out with it. But, you know, if you see somebody, pressure them, put a little pressure on. Be like, come on, you coming to eat with us. Nobody should be alone on the holidays. Okay. Nobody. So, you know, bring somebody over for dinner, invite somebody over for dinner that you don't like. Okay. Always, you know, that one person nobody likes, invite that person. Okay. Make a difference in somebody's life. All right. Let's open the phone lines back up. What happened to little Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? PJ, what happened to him?
I don't know. There.
Dolly, PJ.
Hey, PJ.
Hey.
Hey, it's Christine with Cracker Cold Case. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, first of all, number one, if anybody's in Atlanta and needs dinner tomorrow, they're welcome to come here, or I will bring them dinner. Just let me know.
That's
Secondly,
awesome.
the number one thing is that mother left that home.
Yeah.
Done, son. That's it. I mean, that's it.
I didn't
That's
realize
it.
she responded the way she did when she was asked why she left. That was crazy.
It's hard to get past that.
You do not leave.
I thought she was going to say, well, you know, people were harassing us and it was for my safety or something.
Mm-mm.
But
right.
how that just went over
Because
my
she
head. How
left
did I miss
before-
that?
And none of that matters when you have a missing child.
Right.
Nobody else matters.
Yeah, but the YouTubers hadn't even started going crazy
know.
yet, and she left.
I know.
So she couldn't blame it on
That's what I'm saying.
I was expecting
That's
her
what
to
I'm
blame
saying.
somebody else. I just was expecting her to.
Yeah.
I know that it
So
would have been wrong,
Yep.
but
time I
Yep.
got down there.
Yeah,
she was
right.
already gone.
Yeah, it ain't right. But so that's the number one thing. The second thing is I have two theories. One, they took him out, and that's what all the flashlights were. They met one of the family members who helped with all this.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got put in the RV. And then that's when the 17 hours went by, and then the grandparents took off in their RV.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that we figure out where the hell they went, what track
Wait.
they took, and follow that track.
I thought the grandparents drove and then they jumped on a plane and flew to Alaska.
Yeah, but they drove. I'm pretty sure that they took off in their RV.
I'm not too sure about that. I'm not.
Well, I'm not sure either, but that's my two theories that they handed them off. Well, something happened with the lights because we know that wasn't trash trucks, y'all. Come on, we already know that. We just don't know exactly what happened, but it wasn't normal. Trash trucks aren't picking up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Period. End of story.
Well,
you can look at their webpage and it'll tell you that.
What time it was either, because the clock was stuck on 3:11. We know that for sure because Seth said that.
Well, we know that there's cameras in the neighborhood, and nobody saw that child leave that house.
I agree.
Right. So they took him out through the garage in somebody else's car and met up with somebody.
And you know,
oh my God, I just hope that he's alive.
You know, the weird thing is they knew what neighbors had cameras.
Oh yeah. Right.
Because they said
exactly.
if he went out the front door, the neighbor would have called them on camera. So they knew the neighbors had cameras. So whatever they did, they avoided the cameras and they blacked out the side of that house, allegedly.
Yeah, I think Katie's scared. I think that, I don't know if she had anything to do with it, but I think whether she did or not, regardless, I think she's scared of him. I think that she has seen what he's done to his other ex-wives. She was there in the airport when all that crap went down with Nina. And you remember, I don't know if y'all remember this, but when Nina came back to Tennessee, and was trying to get her child, and she ran. Like literally, he was trying to run her over with the car. And she ran to the police station. She got her child, put the child in the car, and they drove to the police station. And the police people put her in the back room and shut out the lights. Y'all, and none of y'all remember that?
I don't remember them shutting out the lights. But
I
I do
listened
remember.
to a little bit of that story, but it was too much for me. I don't know if I was just but at that point I felt like there's two sides to every story, and hers was overemphasized. But even if you believe 10% of what she said, he's still awful.
Well, I thought it was pretty off that nothing happened when she ran to that police station, saying he's trying to kill me, and they didn't really help her. They hit her in the back room. And I don't know if all that's true. Like the whole thing is, y'all, we do not know what happened. We don't know. All we can do is speculate. But the more we speculate, the more we come closer to the answers.
I mean, their own words are pretty telling.
Their actions.
That's my point. Listen to their words and see their actions.
Yeah.
All of their interviews. I watched all their interviews, and he is a scumbag. He lies all the time, changes the story up all the time, and is very controlling and very forceful. I hate him.
I don't like the guy very much myself, because he whipped on the kid that wasn't his, and ever since then I had a bad taste for him.
And how he talks about him and smirks.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Smirks when he's talking about him, like, "Oh, I'm better than you." It's a 15-year-old child, man. He just acts like he's bigger and better than everybody, and I can't stand him.
I agree with that. Well, look.
But so tomorrow, Thanksgiving, they're going to be sitting around the table, y'all, and they're going to be saying, "Who's going to take immunity? Who's going to get the reward?"
They're going to live their best life like he's not gone.
Oh, they're not living. Have you seen how much they've aged and how terrible they look? In my opinion, they look awful. And
they're freaking out.
Oh yeah, I bet they are.
Stress to do that.
Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for being out there. I wish I could be out there looking for him, and I can't. And I just thank y'all so much for being out there.
All right, you have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe until we talk to you.
All right, we love y'all. Thank you, honey.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, let's open the phone line back up. And
She said he could be anywhere.
And if you want to help us, guys, to get back down there to search, we do have a campaign. This is the link to it that I'm about to post. And make sure you let us know if you donate so we can personally thank you. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey, Rose.
Dolly, and PJ.
Yes.
So many people are bringing up so many good points. This last caller, I like that she reminded us of what Nina, we watched that video, you and I, all of us together, what Nina had to say about CP.
Yeah, it was bad.
It wasn't pretty. And I don't know, people don't change overnight, and I think he's still being ugly to Nina, wanting that child in his life. Are they still fighting for a custody thing?
I don't know.
Twist. I think it's an important twist to this case. Jimmy, I know you like for people to be real and truthful with you. So I'm getting ready to be that. And please take it with love.
Okay. When I hang up on you, I'm going to do it with love. All right, go take
Sebastian
with love.
The Sebastian case has taken its toll on me. I watched PJ's live this morning, and I had to agree with her, Jimmy. It's just been beaten half to death. Now, in the same breath, I want to commend you and say thank you, Jimmy, for keeping this boy's name out there. Thank you. And thank you for doing it in the right way.
Well,
but for me personally, I feel like I've whipped and looked around every nook and cranny and theory until I'm just blue in the face.
I feel like I'm just getting started. There's so much to search. Like my whole thing is to go down there and search. There's so much. I did a lot when I was there, but there's so much more I could do. It's just a matter of time, having the time to do it and the capabilities to do it. It's like you don't.
Well,
there's the searching is the most important thing. The talking about it, it's good. It spreads awareness, but the boy ain't going to be found unless somebody's looking for him.
Well, the bottom line is you're keeping it alive, and you're doing it in a way that's real. And I don't want to talk about it. When I have a YouTube thing that, and I have my recommended list, you're the first guy that pops up. So sometimes when you guys talk about these other channels, they don't pop up because I don't look at them.
Okay.
And you know, if Nancy pops up.
Nancy's
Vinny,
an OG. Vinny's an OG. Dolly, OG.
Dolly, may I please flip in something? I sent a message about it earlier. I pray Sebastian be found. I really do. And I appreciate your work. And I also want to say again, PJ's live this morning, it resonated with me because I'm just at my wit's end with it. You know, does that mean I'm an unloving person and an asshole, you think?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm playing, Rose. I'm playing. Nancy
brought up a story today that I think's kind of interesting in true crime, because it's about child abuse again, and the system and how things just slip through the cracks.
That happens, Harmony.
And I pray that Donald-elect President Trump is listening to me, because I'd like for him to put some money into the CPS system so those people get paid and get a bigger staff, because a lot of shit falls through the crack with CPS. In the case of little Oakley Carlson, that was Nancy's story tonight. And by the way, Nancy, if you're listening, your makeup looks better, because I know I roasted Nancy on that one makeup thing when she was in frickin' that place where she was with the Delphi thing. Ugh, that story. Ooh. But yeah, that's an interesting case. The little Oakley Carlson, what a beautiful little girl. And the mother says, and the father, that the wolves ate her.
Ooh.
Now, did you not see that story?
No, I didn't watch Nancy today.
All right. Well, I sent you a message. You never look at my messages.
I was editing videos. I had a lot to do. I'm a busy man. You gotta remember.
I apologize.
I edit videos. I do live streams.
I know.
I stay busy.
I know how busy you are. I hope you're taking good care of your heart and your health. The other day you said, I'm going to Chick-fil-A for lunch. I thought, oh my God, I hope he's getting the grilled chicken and not the fried one.
No, I actually didn't. I ended up not going. I went and got a Philly chicken sandwich.
Well, all right.
It wasn't fried. But we're out of time,
okay.
Rose. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you have a great one.
Well, I hope you understand where I'm coming from, you know?
I follow you, Rose. I'll follow you.
All right, PJ. Later, Hosen.
Later. Okay, so yeah, listen, we know the CPS fails a lot in this. They help a lot too. Think about CPS has saved a lot of kids from a lot of stuff, right? And there'd be a lot of kids that'd be gone if it wasn't for the CPS.
I mean, it's a...
You know, but things do fall through the cracks.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
Okay. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. Hey, PJ.
Hey.
This is Jordan from Tennessee.
Hey, Jordan.
I appreciate you guys going to look for Sebastian and going out to look for Summer. So I really appreciate you guys, because I feel like you guys are doing a lot more than the parents.
Okay. Somebody is calling my phone. Hold on one second.
Okay.
I don't know where it's coming from. I hear it ringing all over the place.
Oh, no.
Hold on, it's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tiff, I'm live.
Hello, Father.
Hey.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, baby girl.
I just got home from my concert.
You want to tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving?
No.
You sure? They're looking at you.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay. Tiff says happy Thanksgiving.
I just got home from a concert.
Okay, well, I'm on the phone line.
Hold on. I got things to tell you.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk to you later in the day.
Okay, well, everybody's listening to you.
I don't care.
Okay.
I went and saw Pierce the Veil. Ain't nobody in your chat know who they are.
Okay.
Anyway, the set list, I've seen them 5 times.
Uh-huh.
This was the best set list they've ever played.
Okay.
You bought me tickets to their tour on Father's Day 10 years ago. I know you don't remember, but you're like, it's Father's Day. And I'm like, I don't care.
Okay.
All right, that's all. Bye. Love you.
All right, love you too. Peace. Okay, go ahead, caller.
So I was thinking, I know that you were wondering about the thud. Like, why would Katie bring up the thud if, you know, she was guilty? Why would she just add that in? Because it makes her look really guilty.
Yeah.
I think the reason that she adds that thud is because, you know, she tells the police that he had to have run away after 12 after she went to bed. But she tells them, hey, I was on the phone with Chris. I fell asleep. I was studying, fell asleep. And so they probably asked, well, what if he ran away while you were asleep on the couch?
Uh-huh.
Right? And then so she says, oh, well, I heard a thud, or I heard him doing something in his room at 10 o'clock.
I mean, I don't know
And
why
so-
she didn't go check on him. That seems so odd.
Right, but the point is for her is I think that she's trying to push this narrative to the police and to everybody else that he was still in the house while she was on the couch.
Yeah.
That he didn't. That she's trying to create this narrative of him leaving at midnight or after midnight.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think he left on his own, and that's just. You know, he didn't leave that house.
I think a lot of people agree with you that he
Yeah.
didn't leave on his own accord.
And then the one thing I wanted to ask you guys is, what did the people at Texas Roadhouse tell you? Like, did they give you an opinion on how they felt about it?
No, they didn't really get into like they did it or nothing. They just told me that everybody was acting normal and it was a regular night, basic crowd, that they wasn't doing anything that made them stand out. They seemed like they were getting along. They ordered their food. They ate their food. They left. They said they were pretty pleasant and they left, and that was it.
Yeah.
Nothing that stood out to them, like nothing that was odd at all.
Yeah, but like they didn't comment on like it's crazy.
Mm-mm.
You know, okay.
Uh-uh.
Because a lot of people that I talk to around there, they're like, you know, they're definitely.
Oh, now I've talked to people down there that have their opinions of it.
Yeah.
But not the girls at the Roadhouse didn't put an opinion on it.
Yeah. Did she say that, like, had law enforcement come to talk to her?
Law enforcement have been in there and got the tapes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But she didn't say that they came and talked to her. She just said they had been in there to get the tapes.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they talked to her, like, at least got an idea of how he was and how she was acting. Hopefully they got her statement as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know for a fact. I don't know if they talked to her or not. She didn't mention it, and she just said that they were acting normal and that nothing stood out to her out of place. They didn't seem like they were fighting or arguing. Everybody looked happy. They ordered their food. They ate. They left. And then Steph seen the video from when they were leaving.
Right. And I believe everything that she says up until the point where they get home, even the trash. I think it was him taking out the trash. It's just there's something that she's omitting from the time that they got home after he took out the trash to when he goes missing. There's something there that she's not telling the truth on.
I think they ain't telling the truth on a lot of things. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, peace.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, like some of the stuff just don't add up, right? Like, to me, it's suspicious. Now, listen, this is all speculation. I don't know if these people have anything to do with the disappearance. PJ has went to bed, so let me collapse her chair. I don't know if they have anything to do with it, right? But I'm definitely just as suspicious that no mother would just leave their kid and leave town while their kid is missing. To me, that is the biggest red flag. I don't care what anybody says. Keep up the good work. Text 407 solve it if you need dinner tomorrow. It's around Atlanta. I got you. Never give up, y'all. Someone knows something. That's what I try to explain to Rose, right? She's like, it's like it's been going so long that people are getting tired of hearing it. But that's the thing. If people give up, then there'll never be answers for this, right? It's about not giving up. That's why I want to go back and continue searching. Yeah, it probably sucks to hear people talk about it every day. But you got to remember there's so much to search there that you could search for months. That's why I'm trying to get back down to Tennessee to searching. Dolly.
Hey, Jimmy or Dolly. Sorry.
Hey.
I was trying to call when PJ was still there because I wanted. Oh, sorry, it's Shauna from Tennessee.
Hey, Shauna.
Or from Nashville. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good. I was trying to get a hold of you guys. What?
PJ's here. Oh, I thought you were in the bed.
No, I just went to the bathroom.
Oh, well, there she is.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, PJ's back. You can talk to PJ.
What?
Oh, good. Well, I just, PJ, honey, I'm a late person in the morning, and I have enjoyed your lives, but I've been watching on the replay, and I really enjoy them, honey.
I feel like I ramble.
And if y'all
What's
have
up?
add PJ
I feel like I
Bigger.
ramble.
No, stop being so judgmental of yourself, girl. You're amazing.
I know. Thank you.
I'm the same. I get it, but no, I've really been enjoying them. I just feel bad that I can't be there, like live, because
no, it's okay.
I get up.
I'm barely there live.
I'm asleep. You guys are live.
Yeah, I get it. It's a Williams thing. I don't know. Sorry, just kidding. That's my joke. Anyway, no, I've really been enjoying like your the replays, PJ. Yes, of course. Anyway, other than that, I just wanted to say that I wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving. If I go on my tangent now about crap going on locally, I'm gonna get timed out. So I really just wanted to say, PJ, I really enjoy your replays or whatever you call it, your videos, and you guys just Dolly, you guys are one of the very few people that. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I was telling him to put his headset back on. He said he can hear.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I apologize. I'm still working, so I've got my little stuff going. I got my headphones in too. But I just really want to thank you guys for being like the only freaking channel it seems these days that is keeping names out there without the drama and the bull crap. And I mean, it's pretty sad to see what's going on with. I mean, I only started following Summer Wells recently because of y'all. But the Sebastian stuff, which I'm very local to, like, it's ridiculous. It's just sickening, the stuff that's going on here. So you guys are doing this in a respectful way. You're not dragging anyone else behind you, like trying to, do clickbait or whatever the hell you call that stuff. But just don't stop, please. And I just want to send y'all a bunch of love, and I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving.
I got a question for you.
What?
Do you think your law enforcement is just gathering stuff to eventually have?
I think, in my opinion, I do think so. But their lack of information and putting it out there is not helping.
Right. But then when they put out, like he was talking earlier about how with Leilani Simon, she just got sent to prison and she filed her. She's going for an appeal. But with her case, they named her as prime suspect number 1, and it literally made the entire neighborhood turn into like the circus once they did that.
Yeah.
So with the law enforcement there where you are, I I keep telling myself they've got to have something, and they're just keeping tight-lipped so that they can gather whatever. Like even with Michael Vaughn, they know what happened there too, and they're not being prosecuted right now. It's like you have to have all of the information in order to go forward.
Right.
And I just keep thinking maybe they have that. I don't know though, because I'm not sure.
Well, and I'm not so up to date on the Michael Monkey Vaughn case. I've only heard that name through y'all, and so I'm not very educated on that. But I can only assume that that's why they're so tight-lipped. That what we think we all know is going to be blown through the water when we find it out.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
what's so frustrating about it now is that we can all sit here and, analyze what they say and put out our thoughts and theories, but there's no way to actually validate any of it. So it's like kind of just shooting the shit and tossing shit into the air that's not really even I think that's why a lot of people get frustrated with it and start going into direct drama, because it's hard. It's hard to discuss it without just sitting here.
Well, I feel like, and I agree with you 100%. I feel like they need to come out and, law enforcement needs to come out and give a statement, a press conference, something, because it's becoming a circus with certain freaking short shits, is what I say. And just come out and give a press conference or talk about it.
Last
from
time
law
they
enforcement.
did it was nothing, and you called it before they even came live. It's like they did a press conference, and the last time they did one, it was basically it was a nothing burger.
Yeah, big nothing burger.
Yeah.
Well,
they need to make it a something burger. Law enforcement needs to open their damn mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. I mean, I've always said that you guys, those of y'all that cover this, on YouTube or crime, I mean, why do you think everybody else gave up on it? Because law enforcement kept their mouth shut. Y'all are going to be the ones to solve this case, or the locals. And that's sad.
I don't care. Who
come out and talk about it.
But look, you have a
exactly.
You have
okay. Sorry. Yeah.
It was great talking to you.
You too, guys. God bless y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, TJ.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I really appreciate you, honey.
Thank you.
Okay, honey.
All right, peace.
All right. Talk soon. Bye, guys.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it'll eventually something. I have faith.
Case, it's been 3 years. What if it takes
Dolly, PJ?
Hey, Alamo City here.
Hey, Alamo.
What's up? Hi, PJ.
Hi.
I can actually say hello to you right now. Dolly, I just want to say that I watched your video the other day, and I have to say, mad production value. I liked it.
Yeah, usually I do a lot better when I got time. I've been kind of rushing the videos a little bit.
No, you did good with your editing, because I saw when you were out in your little whip the other day when you were talking about going to Chick-fil-A, but you didn't go to Chick-fil-A. But anyway, yeah, I saw your video. It was really cool. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so about this Sebastian case, I feel like Katie is the key. Katie knows what happened, and I think that Chris knows what happened. And, it's any other state, especially Texas. Mm-hmm. We had already had them in jail on some kind of charges.
I think Virginia would have too.
Ready to stick them with the big one. But I'm going to tell you, I got a little theory about that camper. Didn't somebody say it got cameras on it or whatever now?
On a camper?
Yeah, on their camper.
I don't know. My camper has cameras on
it. If they have them on theirs, I'm going to tell you why they got them. So they can see when the feds fitting to come rip the doors off of them.
Oh.
You know me. But hey, I got a real quick little band camp story.
Okay.
So I was in band camp, and this lady that was with me that was also in band camp, she told me about an egregious crime she committed, and she was in there on CPS charges. And it was neglect stuff. Now, this was in Texas.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking, lady, you don't tell people stories like that. So she probably got her ass whooped while she was there. I don't know. Yeah. I wasn't there. I was wrong. But, hey, I got to say real quick, I was looking in the chat earlier for Rich's channel, Richard from Texas, and I didn't see the link. You posted it. Can you repost it?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, I appreciate that. Hey, and everybody, if y'all are not subbed up to PJ Vision, y'all missing out.
Thank you.
That's some good, real talks you be having in the morning, girl. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, but Rich and Ruby is off the chain.
Yeah, I just posted it for you.
His searches with his dog, man, it's good. It's some good videos. Yeah, he really is a good dude, and I like that he's in Texas. That makes me feel good.
Cool.
But all right, hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving. And bye, PJ.
Bye, PJ.
Bye, PJ. All right, so there you go, Alamo City, and yeah, I mean, like I said, the whole thing about is not giving up. People continue to search your property, share his picture. PJ, look, they hung up because you didn't say nothing.
That's because you didn't give me time. This is PJ. Who is this and where are you calling from?
PJ, it's Richard. Hey,
Richard.
Hey, thank y'all so much. Y'all the best. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
And I have one question because I'm so new at this. Why is my thing stuck on 28 days after the 30th day and it keeps counting down my views instead of adding them up?
I have no clue.
I
That
have no
sounds like a
clue either.
setting issue or something. The way
It
you have
just keeps telling me 28 days, and I switch it to 90, but it switches back to 28.
I don't. What?
Because you might not have been up there 90 days.
Well, so what do I need to do? How can I
wait 90 days?
Oh, just let it keep counting down and like losing all my watch hours and everything?
It does it like daily. Yeah, like, yeah, you got to
Yeah, daily, but they're counting them down now. It's going backwards every day instead of forward.
Mine says
It's
last
weird.
28 days.
Yeah,
it's
you got to
locked
be
on
up
like
there.
that stuff.
You have to be on it 90 days to give you 90 days worth of stats.
So after 28, okay, so it's going to hold the 28 till I hit the 90.
It literally
Yeah.
says last 28 days.
I mean, I don't know what he's looking at, so I can't really say.
I'm just
Okay, but no, when I open my studio app, right, how I do create my videos and everything, and where my views are, and like my subscribers and everything, my main page, it shows the last 28 days. Even though I passed 28 days now, I'm like at 30. I just hit 30
Yeah,
yesterday.
it shows you the last 28. When you get to 29, it don't show you 29. It only shows you the last 28 days.
And it's counting down. It's going backwards now. Like my views
Yeah,
are
you need to
dropping
make
every
some
day.
videos.
Do what?
You need to make videos. It will go down.
I've already made almost 200 in a month.
Oh, well, good Lord.
Yeah, I got like almost 20,000 views. I got over almost 1,000 watch hours, but it's counting them backwards now instead of forward.
I have no clue.
Thank you, Live Thankful.
I have no clue. Thank you, Live Thankful.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank y'all with all my heart. Y'all did. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, PJ. That was
Next
great.
Detective gave you a good piece of advice. I think you should really look at. It says stop looking at that.
Yeah, like I don't even look at my.
Okay, I will.
I mean, once you start hyper focusing on that, and if it's not good one week or something, it can get you down. So I believe.
Okay, then I'll just like blow it off and just let it roll.
Yeah, just keep doing what you do.
It's easier that way.
And hey, when are you going back to Tennessee?
Well, as soon as, I don't know. It's all funding. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to afford to do that stuff. Hotels, food, gas, all that stuff ain't cheap. So I can only do it.
I know it's not. Believe me.
So
yeah.
Dolly ain't rich.
I just take a travel trailer with me.
Yeah, I mean, I have a travel trailer, but it's a little far.
That's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, not in gas. My truck eats the shit out of gas when I.
Oh, that's true. It does. It does suck it down. That's right.
Yeah, time you do that, you might as well drive and get a hotel. It's almost the same.
Get you a diesel. It'll last longer.
Maybe. All right, Richard.
It will. All right, man. Y'all be good. Thank you so much, Dolly and PJ. I love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Same to you.
Thanksgiving.
So,
all right, bro. Y'all be careful. Enjoy the family.
Live Thankful has donated $20. Thank you, Live Thankful. Dolly. Yes. Mab.
I'm alive.
Good. That's good to hear.
I got out of the hospital.
What was you in the hospital for?
They hold on, let me turn down. They're fixing my my right elbow because my hand was going numb.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they fucking nerve blocked my arm, and it's just hanging there like a damn noodle.
Okay. You noodle armed.
A noodle arm. Poor Miss Mabs. Just cleaned up the soda I spilled all over the bed.
Oh, because your arm is asleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, what a nightmare.
Poor
what's the
Mrs.
topic?
Mab.
We're
Yeah.
talking Sebastian Rogers. What happened to Sebastian Rogers tonight?
He died. He didn't
Are you
die.
on medication today, Matt?
You on medication? He said he was.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's why they've nerve blocked my arm so they wouldn't have to give me a bunch of medication.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I can't feel any pain in it. I can't even feel it.
Oh.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah, I didn't even know they could do that.
Do I sound like I'm on medication, PJ?
A little, but maybe it's just me.
That's just all the time.
No, you don't sound medicated all the time. Just today.
Oh, I just got up and I saw you guys were on.
Oh, okay.
So Sebastian either is dead, he's A, number B, letter B, he's not dead, and letter C,
The two options.
and letter C, he's in outer space.
Outer space. We didn't think about that. I did watch. You know, I've been watching Abducted in Manhattan on Netflix.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, you can't say it's impossible because there's this lady that swears she was abducted and she floated through the roof of her apartment in Manhattan. And there was 32 witnesses that seen this lady floating through the air.
No, they didn't.
Is that the one where the two cops saw her?
Floating. They saw the woman floating.
Yeah.
She was possessed by the devil.
No, she was abducted by aliens in Manhattan, in the city.
Is that, Dolly, is that the one where the two police officers actually saw her?
Oh no,
And
I fell asleep watching it.
Give me them candies.
But she floated through the ceiling.
Yeah. This shit happens all the
Okay.
time.
People float through the ceilings all the time.
Yeah, people get abducted all the time. It's
It
a
was a
hybrid
whole
breeding program.
It's a whole thing on sleep. What do they call it when they put sleep regression?
Yeah, like hypnosis.
Hypnosis. And this lady was feminine. She's been feminine. They've been documenting it for like the last 30 years. But there's this one story. It's the most seen
We are so
alien
off topic
abduction
right now.
in the history of alien abductions. And it's on Netflix and it's called Abducted in Manhattan. Abduction in Manhattan.
Yeah, Tulip said it's called delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Nobody
how can
believes that
32
shit.
people be delusional when people see you floating through the sky? One dude thought it was a special effect and they were shooting a movie. He said, I thought it was special effects and somebody was shooting a movie. I seen a woman floating through the sky.
Where
Like Bigfoot. You don't believe it until you see one.
That's
Nobody
a great
had their cell
documentary.
phone? Nobody had their cell phone?
I mean, I don't know. I fell asleep. I just got through the beginning of it and I turned it on late last night and I started watching it and I fell asleep during it.
You turned it on at 5 o'clock this morning.
No. I didn't go to bed at 5 o'clock this morning.
I was up.
I was asleep. No, I watched it before, a little bit of it before it, and I turned it off to watch the last 2 episodes of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's like Bigfoot. Nobody believes in that shit until you see one.
Yeah, nobody believes.
Then everybody thinks you're a nutball.
Yeah. Like me, I think when somebody tells me they seen Bigfoot, I'm like, you crazy. You got better chances of telling me you seen a UFO or got abducted by aliens. For some reason, I just never got into the Bigfoot thing.
Thank you, Ruby Joy. 20 months.
I'll let you guys go, man.
All right, man. Peace. Don't get abducted by aliens. Peace.
All right.
Floating through the ceiling.
Yeah, okay. If you've seen this, guys, abducted in Manhattan, press 1
I mean,
in
I
the
believe
chat.
you.
Okay.
Where were their camera phones?
Happy Thanksgiving to this Sweet Jones.
Happy Thanksgiving, Sweet
This
Jones.
happened a while back.
Oh, so they didn't have camera phones? How?
Dolly. Hello. Dolly, and they hung up. Guys, if you call in, as soon as I answer, please turn me down in the background.
It echoes really bad.
It echoes really bad. Okay. Haven't seen it yet, but gonna check it out now. Thanks. Okay. Well, Netflix owes me some money for that. They should give me royalties for telling people about all the stuff I watch on Netflix. Because a lot of people come in the next day and they be
The
like,
Manhattan Alien Abduction documentary.
okay, the Manhattan Alien Abduction. I knew it was something like that. I knew it was Manhattan. Okay, Manhattan. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly.
Hey.
Hey, this is Judy from Kentucky.
Hey, Judy.
Hey, I got a few things that I got to get straight in my mind about Sebastian's case.
Okay.
I know that there was a night that there was two men seen walking around the streets with masks on. Was that the same night that the cars was seen?
Now I don't know about two men. I don't know about two men with masks on. That's brand new to me.
Yeah, there was one night. I was pretty sure it was either that night or a night real close to that night.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to remember if it was that night or not, because a neighbor had seen two guys walking around with like a skull face mask up and down the street.
Okay,
and,
I got one of those too.
Yeah, well, there were two men, or younger people. They said, because they were walking together down.
That's one of the neighbors.
And they had told the police about it after Sebastian had been missing. And another thing I couldn't remember is the car that Chris was supposed to be working on. Was that a relative's car or was that a friend of his car?
That I have no clue about.
Never heard anything about a car.
Never heard about a car because Chris.
You didn't heard about that either? Okay. Well, supposedly he had taken a car down to Memphis that weekend to work on,
But he wasn't there that weekend. He hadn't been there since January.
Yeah, well, there was supposed
to tell you what days he was and wasn't there. I didn't remember that being in the story. We just heard it.
Okay. Well, there was a car he was supposed to be working on for somebody. And I didn't know if it was a relative or a friend. And this is why I'm trying to put this together in my mind. Because
some of the cats heard about the car.
Chris
I don't watch every YouTube channel, so I don't know. Some people be saying all kind of
kind of
crazy
do.
shit.
I'd never heard it. So,
PJ, you never heard that story about the car either? Or about the masked man?
I think I heard about the people wearing the mask, but I ain't heard nothing about a car.
Oh,
I heard about the mask. I think that was one of the neighbors that came and told that story.
Okay. Well, what I was thinking, and Chris had told the story to Narc Diver, that there was a scent down the fence line going down towards the direction towards Kellen. Well, so happens that, of course, they say there were no scent, but then they said that there was a scent going into the pond, but all that was contaminated. And I was thinking that possibly Chris knew, since we know about the flashlight video, that he would say that there was a scent going that way because he knew that there should have been a scent going that way because he knew that's the way they went. And I had just watched, day before yesterday, for the first time, I watched Seth's channel. And Seth had talked about when he first went in to the house the morning that Sebastian was missing. And he said the first thing that Katie had done was kept shoving in his face her phone about how happy
Sebastian was. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
and there was no reason why he should have ran away. Well, he said that everything was chaos and nobody was worried about any contamination or anything. Just everybody was everywhere in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he had walked into Sebastian's room and he noticed that his bed, I'm sorry, I got puppies. He said that Sebastian's bed had been slept, it looks like it's been slept in, it was unmade. And that he had, his switch was plugged in to the wall and was laying on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Well, I was under the assumption that he had no electronics of any kind that he could have gotten on the internet with or any way of communication.
Uh-huh.
But Seth said that his switch was plugged in, laying on the floor, and that his bed had been pulled down and like it had been slept in. So what I'm trying to think of in this scenario is if the night that the men were seen on Kellen with the face mask and the car on Kellen that pulled up to their road then backed out,
Mm-hmm.
that possibly, for one thing, he should have had his medicine if he was going to bed. So he should have been tired.
Yeah.
And if Katie and Chris were on the phone, if they were fighting over whatever they're fighting over, and probably over Sebastian, I would assume.
Yeah.
And Sebastian overheard the conversation that there was an issue between them over him. And he came out and got into it with Katie over it.
Good.
And something happened, and he took off out the door. And she called somebody to come and help her find him. And that's why they were walking up and down Kellen. And when they found him, something was wrong with him from when he had got into a fight with his mom in the house.
Uh-huh.
They just took him on, and their car was parked on Kellen as they were out looking for him. And they took him, and then Chris, or Chris's friend or cousin or whoever the car belonged to,
Okay.
they told her to go back to the house.
All right. Well, look, we're running out of time. We
Okay.
appreciate you calling in. It was good talking to you.
Okay, honey. Well, that was just a few things I needed to get cleared up. So thank you, and
Happy
nice
Thanksgiving.
to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. And
All right. Peace.
good night, honey. Bye-bye.
All right. So we will continue this conversation, probably not till what, Friday?
Not tomorrow.
Not
Day
tomorrow,
after.
because we got plans for dinner tomorrow night. So we won't be here with you guys. But we do want to take a second and thank everybody for coming by tonight. If you didn't get a chance to see my video, it will release tomorrow night. Okay, once I'm done finishing editing. That's not the whole video. It ain't done. So what y'all did get to see tonight is just like a little sneak peek of what's coming tomorrow. So make sure y'all leave some comments on that video tomorrow. And make sure you give this video a like. And thank you for all you guys that came by today and that's keeping this boy's name out there. Okay, it's really important. And you know, I know some people get tired of hearing it, right? But if we give up, then who's going to be out there searching?
Nobody.
Right? Because when I was out there searching, I didn't see nobody else out there searching. I ain't saying there ain't people, individuals, but we need to keep this search alive. And like I said, we're going to be back down there. I just don't know when. It's a matter of finances. Okay, when my money is right, we will be there. And hopefully this next time we go down there, we can stay a little longer and search for a little bit longer than more than 2 days, because we just had so much scheduled in that amount of time. And to get back to Virginia, we only had 2 days to search. And I could technically search for a good month, probably. There's a lot of stuff there, a lot of places. And as soon as I can, I don't know when it'll be, but as soon as my finances are right, I'll be back down there in person searching for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Now I hear there's all these agencies and things like that, but I don't really know, so there's no way to really tell. But I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great one. And like I said, be good to somebody tomorrow. Okay. It's a special day. And me and PJ will see you guys Friday. Bye-bye. Want to say bye, PJ?
Bye, PJ.
Bye, PJ.